We're gonna open the episode. Oh yeah.
I know. Master Waz has had some issues down there
How do you know that?
because I applied the ointment.
Carefully.
He
Goodness.
he had a little something that Comet wouldn't take off.
I found some penicillin. A little bit later on. I feel I'm okay. Waz, pain.
Are you sure? You don't. You
yeah.
just called me you, so maybe you need to get checked out.
I'm pretty sure the part that thinks is not the part that you want to touch.
You know, I've seen a lot of organics think with that as opposed to the brain they're supposed to use. So, yeah, that may be a problem for you.
I think I'm okay though.
Is it syphilis that makes people go crazy?
Yes.
Okay. On that note, let's do our opening. So, after the events
Opening?
of the last episode, you guys have gotten back to your asteroid base. Everyone's beat to shit. Everyone's tired. Even Payne is like in desperate need of like a shutdown and a recharge. Basically, he needs a nap. Randall goes off to his quarters in quotation marks and starts fiddling with his containers, which he is, always keeping with him now. And basically, this is a combination organizational, elevator episode, shopping episode kind of deal where you guys can do pretty much whatever you want.
Does the captain wake up in his Bacta tank?
Oh, thank you so much for reminding me of that. I had written the whole thing down about that and I forgot it.
No problem.
So, Dex.
I don't think I'm gonna like this. What's going on?
It's good. I took care of you.
Look, so you guys get back, you park the ship, you lay down in your quarters on the Proto Shadow, and you wake up sometime later in the Bacta tank. Okay, you don't know how you got there. You're in the Bacta tank. Outside the Bacta tank, Payne is typing on a data pad. You have no idea what has just transpired, and I'm just going to leave it at that. That's how you wake up at the beginning of this episode.
I can't talk outside of the back tank, right?
You got a breath mask on. You've got to swim to the surface, and it's actually got to be unlocked to let you out.
I knock on the glass to get Payne's attention.
Has he been in there enough time? Is the timer up?
Yes, he's done. He's done cooking.
All right, I'm gonna ignore him for about 5 minutes, then look up as if I just heard him and let him out.
Okay. Just so you know, the data you see on the pad does tell you that he's done cooking. It also says that your Bacta is ruined.
Gotcha. So I'll need to flush it.
Yep.
All right. So, good morning, Captain. How are you feeling?
I think we're gonna have a long talk about non-elective surgery, or really,
no non-elective surgery. You've never been in better shape.
what the fuck? I go to sleep in my cabin aboard my ship with my door locked, and I wake up here in a fucking tube. I'm not happy about this, Payne.
I mean,
Explain yourself.
You could be dead.
You could explain it.
Oh yeah. You picked up what's it called again?
Kurtos.
You picked up a case of Krotos. I had to act quickly when I picked it up on our scanners. I immediately put you into the Bacta tank and checked the rest of the crew. Everybody's tip-top shape. You were the only one affected.
What'd you say, gross toes? I've always had gross toes.
No, Krotos. Krotos.
Kurtos.
It's the virus that is killing all the non-humans.
Where the fuck did I get that from?
No idea.
I've had a face mask on.
It's a mystery. Anyway, you're good now, so you got a ship to run. It's been without you for about how long has he been in there?
Just a day, and it's been parked the whole time.
Yeah. You've lost you lost a day, so you've got a lot of work to catch up on.
Oh.
I have your schedule already written out. Here you go.
What is this? It's just make pancakes for everybody. Payne, you can't just tell me to do things and hand me a docket. This says 9:30. Use the bathroom. You cannot schedule these things out for me, Payne.
Sir, your time is extremely valuable, and your misuse of it is it's damaging to the crew. Being as you did lose the last 24 hours, I thought it prudent to, for this day, schedule out all of your activities so that you would be more efficient and make up for the time we lost. You lost.
I am Umbaran. I'm not
You're
a
losing.
well-oiled machine. Okay.
You have somewhere to be in the next 15 seconds. If you hurry, you can make it.
I look down at the. I'm naked, Payne. You put me in this tube naked.
No one on this ship cares. There's no humans on Barnes or anyone else on this ship that would care. Maybe the cyber kid, but probably not.
Sidus is probably, crying in the corner due to his inadequacy.
Captain, it's Pancake Day. I can't believe it. I've been waiting Pancake Day for so long.
I have announced to the ship that it was Pancake Day.
For fuck's sake. All right.
Technically, you announced to the ship it was Pancake Day. I had all your codes.
I guess I'll go make pancakes.
The choice, Captain.
I like mine burnt.
You would. All right. I'm gonna go get dressed first because making
I
pancakes
agreed to give
in the
Lucy
nude.
my pancakes.
You're not even gonna eat these pancakes, Payne. I'm gonna make these pancakes for you. You're just gonna give them away.
Well, I owed Lucy pancakes.
Metagame, did we keep the Imperial officer and her minions for you guys, or did you hand them over to the rebels?
So we handed them over.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay, that's what happened then. I was gonna give you guys a chance to interrogate an Imperial officer.
I owed Lucy a favor, and she wanted pancakes, and I don't know how to make pancakes.
I thought we
can
had
try.
kept the Imperial officer and the two guys. We had given up the other guys from the ship.
That's what I'm talking about. I've got these guys right here.
I'm
The only two guys
trying
we
to
would have
get
kept are the ones you brainwashed.
I thought we kept the
That's
ones
what-
that are brainwashed
okay,
because
fine.
we brainwashed them, and then we kept the officer just because we knew we could get shit out of her. But I mean, I'm good with whatever.
So I'm good with whatever as well. It's your choice on what you did. You had custody of these guys. The Imperial troopers, I will give names and create as NPCs if you want. One of them needs a hand if you decide to recruit them to the crew. The Imperial officer is not going to give up easily. It's going to be an interrogation thing. I've kind of suggested to Ranither that he may want to look at cross-classing into Interrogator.
It's a good choice. Interrogator also comes with the poke them, and they take all of your damage to their strain through soak. It's a great class. Second to Doctor for my choices.
You don't think I could loosen her up with some pancakes?
I think if
you
you
can try.
wanted her loosened up, you would let me and the Jawa have her for a short period of time. Also, you're very busy. You do not have time for an interrogation today, Captain. We have discussed your schedule. You're already 3 minutes behind on the pancakes.
I'm making pancakes as fast as I can, but I'm
I'll
pulling
begin.
Ewok hair out of this pancake mix right now.
Why is there Ewok here? We don't even have an Ewok.
Jawa.
That's a Jawa.
Jawa.
That's a Jawa, you racist fuck.
Look, we're talking about racism all the time now between the two of us, and Ewok Jawa.
Go ahead, say it, Captain. I'm sure the Jawa won't be offended by anything that comes out of your mouth right now.
You can't fucking understand what I'm saying anyway. Maybe it's the other way around. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm gonna go make pancakes.
Captain, I auto-repeat everything you say to me through a translator. I have instilled in his ear.
Ask him if he wants any pancakes, and I'm gonna storm off to the canteen.
I'm sorry, little buddy. He's not usually this racist. He did have a rough 24 hours. He almost died.
I
He
am
almost
totally
died.
usually that racist.
He is actually that racist. I'm lying.
I totally understand. He's been through a lot, but I'm not taking
I don't
pancakes
know
from
how
him.
You will take pancakes. They're going to be
No,
good
I'm
pancakes.
not taking pancakes from him.
All right. Well, can I have your pancakes?
He,
I don't know why a droid would need pancakes, but go for it.
He prefers eggs, but it's got to be a very specific kind.
Oh. There are 3 orders of pancakes for Lucy now. I believe our debt will be paid.
So where are you guys keeping this officer?
I don't know.
Sorry, it's an important logistical question for me.
I mean, I could
She
lock
should be in
it.
the dining room eating pancakes. I
Okay,
made everybody pancakes.
she's in the dining room. Oh, she was. Well, I don't know where her token went.
I put her in the dining room.
She's escaping.
I'm gonna
Good
give.
luck.
I'm gonna
She
give.
should be in the dining room with other
Hold up.
people, not
So
just by herself.
Are we gonna tie her to a chair and just force feed her pancakes until she tells us what we want to know?
I mean, depends. Is she hot? Because we can force feed her something. Never mind.
You're a
Jesus
Jawa. I don't
Christ.
think that would actually help.
I never thought that you would be the one to go there in this
Right?
group.
I'm a Jawa. I'm like a third of her size.
I've seen those videos.
Ugh.
Like,
I'm making a bunch of fucking pancakes. I forgot there was a Wookiee here. He's gonna eat a mother truckload of pancakes.
I think the Wookiee went with the rebels.
Oh,
Did you keep
why
the
is he in
Wookiee?
the ship? He's here.
No. Oh, the ones that are just sitting in the ether in between the ship parts are not actually there. These
They
guys.
were in my cargo bay.
Oh,
I didn't pick them up because they were in the ether, but the Wookiee was in the cargo bay.
okay. Well, I will give you the option to recruit any of the rebels you want. But the rebels are all supposed to leave. Yeah, definitely this guy and these guys. They definitely left. They're definitely on the shuttle.
Good. I don't have to make so many pancakes.
But I will let you roll if you want to recruit the Wookiee.
I would like to, yes.
Okay,
I'd love to have a Wookiee.
give me a 2 purple leadership check.
Ooh, boy.
you're in your
First
ship.
roll
And
of the
that's a charm. That's a charm skill.
Yep, so I get a blue on that.
You gotta roll with coordination to see how good your pancakes are too.
My pancakes are always flawless.
Doing both of them at the same time. Can you flip
So you said a
both
charm?
rebels
No, leadership.
and pancakes?
Technically, if he's feeding pancakes to the Wookiee, he should get some kind of a bonus. Like, who doesn't love pancakes?
Yeah.
Do Wookiees
I
love
think that
like
should be a
maple
boost.
syrup? Because it's all about
'Cause,
like
trees.
Yeah.
You know what? I like it. Go ahead and give yourself another boost.
Yeah.
Welcome. I would like to point out that this is all due to my scheduling if you get him.
I think I did pretty well. It's 2 success, 1 threat, and 1 triumph.
You recruited him. He'll need a name. Does anyone speak
it's
his
Harry.
language?
He's Harry.
The droid does, I'm assuming. I'm being super racist.
I think
here.
I can just plug into a socket and pick up a language or 3.
What was his name? Maple.
We're not gonna Harry.
So I'm gonna put his real name in parentheses, but I'm gonna call him Harry Maple.
Harry.
Jesus Christ.
Because that's what you guys are going to be calling him. And then I'll put his real name in parentheses.
Keep his sausages away from that Imperial officer.
Serious.
Grizzly bear at Matt's house again.
He's like literally right behind me, just growling.
He's such a good dog.
Your dog is not right, man.
No, he's broken. He's a broken dog.
No, dogs aren't supposed to do that regularly. He's just always.
He's very vocal.
He's like got the Tourette's of the canines.
Cool Noda. Cool Noda? Cool Noodle.
It's cool noodle.
Cool Noodle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harry Maple is definitely easier to say. Well, guys, I hope everybody likes their pancakes. I made them extra fluffy.
Is
Is
it like
everybody?
when you do pancakes? How many pancakes does each person get?
Well, I usually do like a double batch, so 4, 8, somewhere around in there.
You got to pick a number.
You're not
So
gonna.
let's
You're,
say
you're not gonna have enough room for everybody.
let's say 5 pancakes per person. So that means
Right,
Lucy's
so
getting 15
15.
pancakes.
There's 15 pancakes in front of
Lucy's
Lucy
gonna
right now.
die.
They have
No, she's not. She needs every bit of nutrition she can get. You
they're
don't know.
buttered.
You don't know.
Syrup.
She's a grown girl.
So the Jawa and the medical droid are having this extended conversation between beeps and binaries from Pain and chittering from the Jawa. And
Lucy jumps in every now and then. 'Cause
Well-
she speaks to it as well.
I was working on that. You just got to give me a second.
Sorry,
Damn.
Stole my punchline.
I got excited.
You did get excited. Anyway, yeah, so Lucy jumps in and she's like, she says something that Pain understands in Mandalorian, but the Jawa doesn't. But she's basically like, yeah, growing girl. I mean, I'm a woman now. I'm biologically like 22 years old, and she's like devouring half a pancake. So it sounds like I'll do this, but you can still
I
understand.
tell her
it.
to make sure she puts extra syrup on there. She needs that sugar. It helps. It helps your calorie intake.
Can we just call the Wookiee Death Mountain instead of Harry Maple?
But goddamn, it's got so many names.
First of his kind.
Yeah, right. He just keeps going on and on with titles.
The next time we get into like a huge thing and we need to introduce him, we just need to tack on a name a name from each of us.
Mother of dragons.
Father of Ewoks.
I'm not positive this guy was actually someone. Oh, I did forget about the troopers. I named them too, though. Here you go.
Nice. They
As long
get
as you named him
pancakes.
something stupid like Biggs and Wedge, Machine and Brave.
Yes. You see,
Which one is the hand?
Brave has lost a hand.
Okay, I would look at Brave and in a completely monotone voice, I would say, "It appears you need a hand."
He's gonna look down longingly,
slowly golf
like
claps with his arm.
yeah.
I can help you with that.
Someone just slow clap in the room.
And since Mr. Clean isn't here, he's like, yeah, I've got an upgrade for you, buddy. You don't have to have an actual hand, you know. It can be like a pincer, and it can invert into a blade. He just starts going on about the Swiss Army knife he could make the guy's hand into with all of these attachments, and he's given it way too much thought.
You left-handed or right-handed there, Brave?
Well, he's left-handed now.
Oh, so you lost your
Yeah.
You
wacky
generally
hand.
throw a grenade with your dominant hand.
Yeah.
Hold up. What if he's right-handed originally, but he uses his left hand for that? I mean, I do.
I mean, he threw with his dominant hand. He threw with his right hand because I said that he dropped the blaster in the.
Wait,
Okay.
I thought
Okay.
throw grenade was a euphemism. My bad.
All right, so Pain, can you get him like regrow hands? I don't know what you do.
Yeah, if I have the correct, if I have the material for it, I'll have to check. We are out of Bacta, Captain. Your incident has drained us.
It's also worth noting that cloning thing doesn't work without Bacta.
And the back does the super expensive stuff now, right?
Or, I mean, that Bacta that we didn't pay for it, so.
Yeah, that's true. We could knock over like an Imperial medical ship, maybe get some Bacta.
You're saying all this in front of the Imperial officer who has refused to touch her pancakes, and she's like, "You're
Oh, no,
fucking
I've been
barbarians."
I've been spoon feeding her.
Oh.
She's tied to her chair. I've just been jamming pancakes in her every time she opens her mouth.
Duct taped to the fucking chair.
So she like goes to say you're fucking barbarians, and she gets a spoonful of mashed up pancake because he's been like squishing it with the spoon in her mouth.
It's
Oh no!
delicious. It's just covered in sugar and butter and fluffy. I assume they're fluffy pancakes. Maybe you made lead ones. I don't know.
Well, they're
No,
not
no,
fluffy
they're always
anymore if you
fluffy.
smushed them down.
Well, yeah,
I don't want her to choke.
Did you shred them, mix them with maple syrup, and now they're just a blend of like?
It's mostly maple syrup.
Pancake
I mean, hold up.
smoothie.
I did an analysis of the ratios that you guys were using for your pancakes, averaged them, and then she literally has the same molecular makeup as any of yours averaged.
Okay.
I did the
But-
math.
You're just shoving this shit into her face when she tries to talk.
I assume she's hungry when she opens her mouth, so yes.
Did she call us barbarians?
I could not understand what she said.
Can
she
you
had a
can you
mouthful of food at the time?
maybe let her talk for a little bit? It's extremely rude.
She's tied to a chair. The only way she can eat is if I feed her.
She's pain. Just let her talk. Let her breathe. We are not a nation unto ourselves. We can't take prisoners of war. We can't treat them terribly. Okay.
I was feeding her pancakes. How is that treating her terribly?
No, I meant you're forced feeding her pancakes when she's actually trying to talk. You're not actually. There's this thing called guest right. It's a super old tradition, but you gotta follow it a little bit.
Sidus is like, I'm kind of with Payne. I mean, pancakes is a great last meal. And as he says that, the Lieutenant Sidus go, oh, shit.
I mean, if she doesn't want to eat all the pancakes, we can go ahead and, I don't know, throw her out.
Captain, this is her serving. She has to eat this before we put her down. It's barbaric to not feed someone before you murder them.
She is a guest. We should treat her properly. With respect. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. That's why I've been feeding her.
Okay. Let her say what she needs to say. I was saying we should knock over an Imperial medical ship for some Bacta. And I look at her and I'm like, why would that be a terrible idea? I need Bacta. The imps have Bacta.
The imps have Bacta because we're treating wounded soldiers and people, and you would steal from, those who are in need, that you're barbarians.
Actually, the statistics show that you guys have been hoarding the Bacta so that the non-humans who are dying from the Krotos virus that you released on them would have less Bacta and therefore die out, so that you would become the last living survivors in the universe. It's a failed plan and it's not doing well, but it is really shitty.
She looks at Payne and she's like, "Shut up, droid! It's fake news." And just pouts.
I jam more pancakes in her mouth before she gets past up in shot. I'm sorry, I thought she was hungry.
I'm pretty sure the Empire has targeted specific rebel medical facilities to destroy their Bacta supplies as well.
Two wrongs don't make a right, Captain.
Yeah. So Machine and Brave, who are now completely on the Jawa side at least, are like, yeah, we raided a convoy last week. They actually were willing to blow up the Bacta rather than let it fall into rebel hands. And the lieutenant stares daggers at him, and they're like, what? We're part of the crew now.
I flipped them some credits. That's called tips, boys.
I should have named them Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Oh, I don't need them to be retarded.
Oh, they're minions. It's only a matter of time.
They are specifically going to die in the most horrible way ever. We just haven't gotten there yet.
Under
One
their
of them
armor
is
is that
red.
red shirt I
Yeah,
saw
yep.
sticking out?
Red shirt. Exactly what's going on here.
That's why they should have been named Biggs and Wedge, because they always die.
Wedge doesn't die. It's Biggs and Porkins that die.
I'm going off of Final Fantasy shenanigans, not Star Wars shenanigans.
Fucking nerds.
I realize we're in a Star Wars game, but yes.
Fucking nerds.
Is everybody enjoying their pancakes? Okay. And I look down at my schedule and I'm like, Payne,
Lucy,
why?
are my pancakes delicious?
Lucy's too busy eating now another portion of pancakes. So she's eaten the 15 that were in front of her. She's now found some extras.
Yes, Captain, the pancakes were delicious. Can confirm.
The Wookiee is like, when you're done with the imp, can I eat her?
Really? You're gonna eat her?
He shrugs nonchalantly. He's like, meat's meat.
I'm okay with it. And I get up and leave the table.
That's
prepared
but
in any way, or?
so you speak Wookiee because he said it in Wookiee, and the only person I thought was going to understand was Payne.
I was just going off body language.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll repeat the question, and then I will ask the Wookiee after the captain says, of course. Do you need her prepared in any way, or do you do your own cooking? Or I mean, we have a kitchen.
Yeah, I can handle it. Just let me know when you've got her. When you're done getting your info. And he like pulls out one of those big swords, and he's like, it's just this doubles as a spit. Figure it out. She's about pissing her pants right now.
Well, if only she could give us some useful information, then we wouldn't need to dispose of her. But I guess that's a lost cause. She's truly dedicated to her cause.
Does the person with a high coercion want to tune in on any of this?
I can't speak anything.
Don't worry, it'll come right out of my mouth. I can even what's the word I'm looking for? Modulate it so it sounds vicious.
Yeah, I thought we had made it so everybody understood everybody.
Only in combat.
In combat.
Oh.
Matt's like, fuck, why?
Because this is a great setup for a coercion check, but
As long as people are relaying to me what's going on, I don't care. I know you can speak Wookiee, but I'm just sitting at a table watching you all do things.
Eat pancakes.
Eat pancakes. I'm not even eating pancakes.
Why not? They're delicious.
Because I'm a Jawa.
I
I
will
eat bad
look
tasting
over
eggs.
at the Jawa and say, we're trying to get information from her, and she's been very uncooperative. But it looks like she's starting to crack. Do you think you could push her over the edge?
Sure. Tell her. Let's see. How can we go about this? Tell her that I don't even know where to begin with this. Actually, I'm probably not going to have time to come up with anything just solely because we're about to do bedtime. I was trying to say that when I hopped in, but
oh.
Tarna gave me a little leeway on bath time, so she's doing that, but I have to do bedtime.
All right.
So just tell her that the airlocks are a little finicky around here, and we can kind of store her in one of the rooms that has those finicky airlocks.
We're gonna feed her to the Wookiee. Well, okay, the Wookiee asked if he could have her for dinner, and he didn't mean like on a date.
Oh, so we're gonna feed her to the big hairy guy over there.
Yeah. He asked if he could have her.
Ooh, tell her not only will that Wookiee enjoy roasting her, but yes, ma'am. But we'll have the small group of Ewoks who are nearby that she hasn't seen yet. We'll totally have them enjoy tasting her fleshy parts as well, because I'm sure she would love to be eaten by a Wookiee and some the group of Care Bears that we have nearby.
I don't think there's any Ewoks nearby.
It's called a coercion check, Payne.
Oh, you're lying. I got it.
That's called a deception check, but it's all good. Someone roll Ranathar's deception, his coercion, so that he can go do bedtime.
It's 2 yellows, 2 green, or 2 yellows, 3 greens.
So she is.
Sorry.
Yeah, we got it. She is a Imperial officer, so her statistics are. Does that have officer in it? Sure doesn't.
They're blues.
Yes, you get 3 blues between the Wookiee, Dex, and Payne helping. I don't normally let them stack like that, but you guys did a good job. I need to exit out of this, go back to here, go to here.
It's 2 purples and a red.
Star Wars adversaries, Imperial officer. Real officer. Is she a naval? She's an intelligence officer.
Not too bright.
So her 2 reds and a purple.
2 reds and a purple.
Yep. Oh, it's. We'll leave it like that. Technically, she's adversary 1, but this isn't a combat roll, so I'll let it slide this time. Oh my goodness, who rolled that?
I rolled the first one.
Yeah, I had set up the roll over here with
I
Ranathar's
realized you
hand.
set it up.
Gotcha.
So I see 3 rolls for that.
The first one was Matt's roll.
The one with 2
Oh yeah,
successes.
the 2-1 and Triumph was my roll for the Wookiee.
Oh, you triumphed on the Wookiee.
Yeah, I triumphed on the Wookiee.
Okay, I'll hold that because I didn't use that triumph. Despairs either way. Success and despairs either way. So
She's gonna get eaten.
It'd be one of those things where she's perfectly willing to crack and she knows nothing.
Oh, she tells us everything, but we don't get to keep her. The Wookiee gets to eat her.
so
It just starts with her fingers.
It's everything, but it's all things we already know.
Oh yeah, that's it.
so she knows 2 useful pieces of information that she's going to cough up. One is that maybe 3 pieces of useful information, but one is that there is a Bacta convoy that's actually going to be pretty close by in the next couple of days. 2, she has intelligence on how you could potentially get down to the planet that's being blockaded and land at the capital city, which is now under Imperial occupation. And she lets slip that basically they've got it set up this way because they know you're going to eventually try to run the blockade, and they're really just trying to catch you. The third piece of information is that the interdictor cruiser that Jarrah has, along with a number of ships, have moved out to the only known entrance and exit that you have for this nebula. And any ships attempting to leave or enter the area are being stopped by that force. So the entrance and exit to this area is now blockaded. Your despair, Pain is scanning her, I'm assuming, this entire time, trying to tell if she's telling the truth. Is that a correct assumption on my part?
I do have a bioscanner.
Okay. While she's doing that, you're going to pick up the most briefest millisecond of signals. Like, it almost shows up as an anomaly, and you would have almost dismissed it, except for Tavi's going to pop up in your display and be like, that pulse is consistent with a homing beacon.
Captain, she is bugged.
That's not good.
It's not good. That is accurate. Can I do scans to find the bug, or is it impossible?
I'm not going to say it's impossible, but you're not going to be able to do it here at the dining room table.
Yeah,
Waz, can you stop? Can you stop the signal?
By burning her? Sure.
No, not but I meant like something electronic.
We should probably just space her.
Yeah, we can let the Wookiee smash in or to her until she turns into pulp. We can find a bug that way.
I mean, he wants to eat her. Just go ahead and cut her apart. I'm doing dishes over here.
I feel like we should get her off the ship, though, because if she's transmitting something, then they're gonna fight.
Yeah, we need to leave. We need to go. Move. You know.
You're at your asteroid base.
Oh, I thought we were on our ship.
Parked at the
Not it.
asteroid base.
Yeah,
Shit.
we're trapped in the nebula. We already know, because they know we're in the nebula. And now they have a signal saying that may be telling them exactly where in the nebula we are.
Could be. We can't do anything about that.
Do you know you have a bug on you, ma'am?
She's like, I got several implants when I was brought into Imperial Intelligence. I didn't know I had a homing beacon on me.
Can you show me where?
She's like really, like her hand is shaking so bad and she points to her head.
So I can focus the scan a little more?
You're going to need to take her to the medical bay, but you can...
Yeah, I'm just going to pick her up and carry her to the medical bay.
Okay. Are you AFK?
Get this sorted, don't worry.
You need help with that? So you don't have a back to tank, so surgery is going to be problematic. But you put her in the scanner. She's definitely got several implants. They look like they're intermittent. That's why you didn't pick them up originally. One of them is actually designed to help her resist interrogation, but if it fails, which it knows it has, it reverts to it's sort of a dead man switch. It's got a homing beacon that's sending out a periodic pulse of signal. It's not an exceptionally strong signal, so that's the upside. But removing it, if you want to keep her alive, is going to be a difficult medical check.
I feel like I am game to try.
Yeah, do it. Do
Okay.
it.
It's a 3 red medical check. You don't
An astromech to help you.
you don't have any Bacta, so one of those reds is because you don't have Bacta.
Right. Check.
You need assistance cauterizing that wound.
I think he's trying to find a way around the Bacta problem.
2, 3. All right. Sure. If you wanna assist, that's fine. You're gonna need to you need to be really careful. We're gonna be opening her brain up, and open flame in a brain is really not that good for organics, especially humans. I find them to be the squishiest. Anyway, is he offering a boost with that, or will we just role playing that it's there?
Combine check or boost, either way.
Say that again.
Either a combined check or a boost, either way works.
I'll just boost it.
Also, you might need to eat your microphone.
Sorry.
There you go.
All right. Let's see. 3 despairs. Come on. That is thoroughly disappointing. So you will hear Pain remove the. It's just one check.
It's just one check. So you're trying to remove the whole apparatus. This thing was wrapped around her spine. Anything... I mean, you did it so well. You're going to remove it without any difficulty. In fact, it's completely intact to the point where it could be reverse engineered or even repurposed.
I'm going to attach this to. Do we have any small rodents?
Don't put it in the ship, man. We'll shoot it out like a torpedo.
Yes, actually, you do by definition have a small rodent. It's called a Jawa. They are a rodent species.
That's not what I'm
No,
looking
that's
for.
what their species is, though.
I didn't realize that. That's awful. But there's probably some space rats on the base, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go pick up a space rat and modify this so that it's attached to the space rat, and then put that in a give it a little air pocket, like an air canister. Put that in a missile, and just fire that shit out into the nebula.
So I want you to do a survival check at 1 red, 1 purple to find yourself a rodent.
Damn it. Survival is.
It wouldn't be 1 red, 1 purple, but you have big Hulk mitts. So
No, that's fine. That's fine.
pet the bunny, Lenny.
We should shoot it at Jara's ships. So she eventually gets it.
You rolled so much advantage. I'll also say that this signal's so weak that you don't think that unless it continually went off here, they'd be able to directly locate this base. But they probably know you're somewhere in this fourth of the nebula.
Well, they probably already knew that.
No rat for me.
Nope, no rat. All right, what
All
else do you want to do?
Can I electronically simulate a life form and attach it to this thing?
You could do that a couple of different ways. I'm going to go ahead and suggest a really evil idea.
Okay.
It could be modified because it's already made to plug into her cerebral cortex. It could basically be turned into one of those explosive slave implants that could deliver electric shocks. So if you wanted to further interrogate her, you could, and her head would explode if she said no. It's an evil idea.
It's a pretty good idea. I will rewire it and do that.
Okay. You already rolled pretty successful things, so putting it back, we're going to say is the same thing. You're going to share this plan with anyone?
No, but I am going to test it out once I'm done.
Okay.
Let's see.
Is the homing beacon still on? Sorry, I'm not there.
No. We're going to say that that's turned off. Sorry, I meant to say that as part of the thing.
No problem, no problem. So what are your passcodes if I wanted to use your identity chit?
So she's not going to lie because she's barely gaining consciousness, unless you're going to wait for many hours because you just did brain surgery. So
Stim stick. I can give her a stim stick, right?
Sure. Let me roll
These
some
organics,
dice.
so easy to manipulate.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's see if she has a stroke. You just barely avoided that stroke. But her vitals are very sketchy. But she does wake up. So you ask her about her codes, and she's like, well, what? I'm not giving you my codes.
Okay. Ooh. Is there any information that you feel like you should have told us, but you didn't because you think we're evil?
Yes.
Right. Do you agree with everything the Imperials do?
Yes. And then as she, jolts like she's been tased.
Yes. All right. You have good news. You have a soul. So it turns out you're now one of the good guys.
Yeah, you didn't specify any of that.
No, I tell her this. You're now one of the good guys. You can't be evil anymore.
I wasn't evil to begin with.
She doesn't get jolted?
She gets jolted.
Yeah. See?
Also, you could have a button if you wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. It's built into my. Is it remote controlled?
Yeah.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
lady-
No, I'm gonna tell her that jolt is the new conscience I just installed in you. When it goes off, it means you're being bad.
So, twice jolted. You feel like another jolt's going to probably render her unconscious again.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Unconscious is fine. Dead is what we're trying to avoid. Don't worry. I'll keep you alive. Let's you know what? Let's just let her take a nap. I'm gonna put her under.
Okay. With the button on your taste thing?
No. I'm a doctor, damn it.
Okay, so with your menthol stim pack.
That would wake her up. I'm just gonna use the bench to put her under.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, she's unconscious. Now, Waz, you witnessed all of that.
Yeah, as she's going to sleep, I'm gonna say, he took the thing out and then he left and he came back covered in rat blood and then he put it back in you, and that's the last thing she hears as she falls.
Covered in rat blood. Yes.
Yeah. So, Waz, I figured out how to install consciences in humanoids. How awesome is that? We can make her good again. We can train her to be good.
What did you put in her?
I didn't really put anything in her. It was already there. I just modified it.
So what?
Do you want one?
No, I'm okay. Can I put one in you?
I probably already have one. You just have to learn how to access it.
Awesome. Maybe. So what was all of those?
I would kill you before you got access to something like that on me. I was just saying, yes, I could probably do that.
Yeah. Tavi's little scroll bar is like, I'm technically supposed to be your conscience. It'll be our little secret.
Say, I do have a conscience. It just told me.
Excellent. So what was the question before you put her to sleep?
I just wanted to see if it worked.
What is it?
Oh, so I made a let's see. If she tells us a lie, she gets a little brain jolt in her brain. That was the epileptic seizure look she was having when she said, "I think I'm a good guy," and then she was like, "Ah!" That was a brain jolt. Yeah. The noise is exactly the same as the one she made.
Did you move your hand when that happened? Are you pushing a button, or is that just a reaction?
Well, one, I wouldn't put a button in my hand. Look at these mitts. We just crush it. It's remote control. And no, I don't need to put. I didn't need to do that. Although I could if I wanted to. There is a switch for it, but that's inhumane.
Could you make something like this that I could quickly jab into the base of somebody's skull? Like a.
You just watched me do the surgery. Does it look like something that I could put into a needle and jab it at someone's skull?
I have. There's a cattle prod somewhere. I feel like it's
Tavi's
sharp.
gonna scroll over panes. If you didn't want the subject to live, ...
Oh yeah, if you just want to kill them, we could do that.
That's kind of fun. Interesting. So we have a subject who can't lie to us now.
Yep. I mean, she can lie to us. She'll just immediately take a shock to her brain that'll hurt a lot, and eventually she will learn that it's just better to tell us the truth every time.
Wait, I know you. What is the end game? Like, what is the level up feature that you aren't telling me?
Huh? I've just learned more about the organic biology.
I'm gonna take a step away from the.
I created a soul. Oh, no, a conscience, not a soul. I created a conscience.
I believe he's talking about the fact that her head will explode if the right command is entered now.
Oh, yeah, there is a command for that. That's a good point.
Well, I'm gonna go talk to the captain. I'm
Can
gonna
you-
watch her sleep.
Can you
or-
give a report on everything?
Yeah.
Do you need the documentation? I have it here. I pull out a memory card.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. You got it. You took notes?
Elevator's closing. Bye.
Such a weird little dude.
I feel,
Alright,
like,
I'm going to go back to humming and work on my lab.
I feel like Waz is running straight to the captain. Captain!
Made a conscience. Yeah. I'm gonna keep on humming and studying the work I just did and being like, yeah, this is we've made progress.
So Waz gets to the bridge where Dex is.
Captain!
Oh, before you left, I gave you the captain's schedule and where he would be at that exact time.
Yeah, I went to the bridge.
So I'm sitting up here decontaminating things, like spraying them down with Lysol and wiping them. And then I look at the schedule, and I see the next activity is cleaning the engineering room. And I'm gonna be like, I fucking hate this robot.
I'm pretty sure you have a bathroom break in between those.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You hear it
that.
over the loudspeaker, almost as if I was listening.
Waz, what's going on?
So the droid did a thing. I was helping. I didn't want to see anything blow up. He took like a cord that was wrapped around its spine out of a lady that she was unconscious. I was there. I was ready to help do anything. He said, "No, I got it." And like he's really good at surgery. Just FYI. Then he said, "Oh no, I got an awesome idea. I'll be right back." And he left, and he came back, and was covered in rat blood. And then he did some more surgery, and then the lady woke up. Then he asked her some questions, and she started convulsing. Then he said that he implanted something into her so that she can't lie anymore. And
My conscience. I said I gave her a conscience over the loudspeaker again.
And then I came here because I don't know what's happening. That guy is crazy. But plus side, we can ask an Imperial officer something and she can't lie. Also, her head might explode. I'm still not convinced if that's a thing or not.
Okay. It's a lot of information to take in. So I had to take off the big yellow gloves that the big rubber ones. Take those off. I was cleaning.
You might want to put those back on. There's blood everywhere.
I sigh, and then I put the big rubber gloves back on. I'm like, all right, so you came. All right, let's just go down there, I guess, and we'll talk to him. I gotta tell you, Waz, Bane scares the shit out of me.
You hear laughing over the loudspeaker.
I don't. He's a monster. I don't know what to do with him. But
Well,
frankly, he's
memory weapons.
really good at surgery. Like, really good.
Yeah, he had a giant like jackhammer for a hand and just touched her in the spot, and her skin peeled away like it was supposed to do that. Like, what?
So I have to take the things he does in, with a grain of salt. Let's go down there and we'll talk to him. I mean, what do we do about this? We interrogate the shit out of her. That was the plan to begin with.
Yeah.
I guess now she just needs some recovery time.
Sure. I'm gonna take some recovery time too.
Did you just take the whiskey?
It's clean. I need to clean up my insides.
I realize I'm late for my bathroom break. And I'm going to take off running for the bathroom. There we go. Wherever it is.
On that segue, I'm going to take a bio break and I'll be right back.
Is there such thing as time release X-Lax?
You have an insulin pump that just has X-Lax in it.
No,
I mean,
no,
if
no. I
you-
want to have medicine that I already docked him with, so that literally on the dot of his schedule, he has a distinctive urge to go.
So, like, yeah, there's Miralax with the proper dosing. You could get it down. You could time it.
Some medical slow release capsules.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Be careful. Your puppy.
I have returned. What do we decide?
Huh? No, she wants to go. I may have one of the procedures when the captain was under. I may have doctored him with a time release at Miralax, timed specifically for his bathroom break.
So he just shit his pants.
Well, no, he's got like 10 seconds.
Then Ghost actually took a bathroom break.
Ah. So he is currently shitting his pants.
He's in character.
It's in character. They got a lot of crew members to keep track of.
I mean, they'll get thinned out eventually.
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys have a boarding pod and, like, piratical things. Ghost has to bring the right people along for certain missions. Because he has a tendency not to take the red shirts. He has a tendency to take the utility characters.
We hooked Machine up with the Mr. Clean, right? Like he's getting outfitted for a hand.
Yep. Let me go ahead and sort some of that out.
He has the run of my lab if he needs it.
I mean, that he's going to come to you with the hand and say, "Can you put this in?"
Yeah.
I'm just figuring out which one he's getting. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty standard hand prosthetic, but it is going to have a holdout blaster, a Defender 12 built in. So he's going to come to you with this cybernetic hand, and it looks just like a hand and a glove. And he'd be like, "Hey, Doc, Mr. Clean made this for me. Can you put this in?"
Yeah. It'll just take a minute. What's that check?
So once again, you don't have Bacta, but you're not performing brain surgery, so it's only a 2 red check.
2 red.
I'm back, by the way.
Awesome.
This may sting.
Oh, it's gonna sting. You don't have any Bacta. Ooh. Alright, so You get it all attached, but there's no way to get the flesh to regrow without the Bacta. So, how do you want to spend your 6 advantages? Because this is not going to stick on this guy.
Let's see. Actually, I have 7 advantage. I forgot I have a free advantage from one of these things.
Do you get a free success out of it?
No, free advantage, not a free success. Let's see. So it won't stick. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell him, look, wait. If I put a glove on him, like a sleeve glove, I don't wonder if I have any of that flesh stuff. Let me check my inventory.
I mean, his arm isn't like bleeding or anything.
I want him to just sew it into a jacket.
And you also might be about to go rob a Bacta shipment, just so you know. Just one of the information pieces she did give you was a convoy of Bacta is nearby.
Can we temporarily use a gauntlet to staple it to his hand?
It's not going to work, but yeah, I mean, if you
Okay,
just
then
want it to be there, like
Yeah,
it's you can't get it connected as without the
Bacta, gotcha.
Bacta.
How much back do we need? Because I got some.
You need to fill a tank. It's about 4,000 credits on a normal, non-inflated market. At current prices, it's like 40,000 if you wanted to buy it. It's also how
But
much?
it's just a hand. Just submerge his like elbow down.
Oh, you mean you mean just for this surgery? Yeah, if one of you had a spare liter of Bacta hanging around, you could do this surgery.
I have one.
I did tell you we were out of Bacta earlier, so you would know I would need it. Maybe
Yeah.
you bring it on your way. Turns out your bathroom break is not what's the word I'm
Optional.
looking for? It's not optional.
Yeah, I realized that. And I'm cussing you while I'm shitting.
But it's very regular.
Shit smells like pancakes.
Oh, man. Alright, well, I say I'm going
Okay.
to bring you this back to...
So, go ahead and add 1 success for spending that Bacta. You do connect his hand. He now has a cybernetic hand that is fully attached and has a little Defender 12 blaster in it.
With 6 advantage, does it get anything special?
It can if you would like to use it that way. You just need to tell me what you want. Keep in mind, his Defender 12 blaster is a 2-shot and then done deal.
He needs a goddamn flamethrower.
I don't think 6 advantage gets him a flamethrower. Oh,
So
can I make it
shooter?
so for 6 advantage instead of just being a Defender 12, it can also explode like a blast fist, blast knuckles?
Once. Yes.
Perfect.
Yep.
I'll tell him, I'm like, all right, this only has 2 shots in it, or you can punch someone incredibly hard one time.
Yeah. Incredibly hard as in the blaster goes off in their face as you punch them because that's how blast knuckles work.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. He's all set.
Real effective one time. I think you can get reloads from Dr. Clean, but I think I have to install them.
I mean, I'm just saying he's also a minion level, so if he actually gets to use it, I will be surprised.
Also, that's probably going to burn for about 3 weeks.
So minions can be very effective if used properly. The only person who has the leadership skills in the party to do it is Dex, but Dex can bring 2 minions with him, and they get bonuses for both being in a group with him and for being in a group with each other, which make them hit harder. But minions are glass cannons, so that's just a little bit of Edge of the Empire mechanics. Minions are actually incredibly dangerous. I don't want you to underestimate them and then be like, how did that guy hit me for 14 damage? Because that,
Well, they use the same weapons we use.
Yes, but they get a ton of extra successes if there's a bunch of them in a group.
Yep. Yeah, they die easy. They still do the same damage as everybody else.
Where was that back to convoy going to be?
So that back to convoy is going to be passing through this specific area like a very short hop out. You wouldn't even need hyperspace necessarily in 48 hours.
What's the convoy consist of? Is this on planet or it's out in space?
It's out in space. It consists of one freighter, heavily escorted by TIE fighters.
We've already just established that our tractor beam can take on a freighter, right?
100%. Without a doubt.
How much back to?
About 50 times what you need.
You want to call in the rebels, Captain?
See if they can help us with the TIE fighters.
It's been like 4 hours since your last huge battle. They're all shot to shit, and most of their ships are shot to shit, and they barely limped away. Like, the Proto Shadow did the best out of that whole fight, as far as survivability.
And we'll have the Bacta to save them.
Question, Captain. I've seen the you organics do this many times. Often you see a goal and you see only that goal. What if instead of trying to take all the Bacta, we just slipped in, took what we needed, and left without them knowing?
It's really hard to get in and out without them finding out.
That's true. We should probably just kill them all. I mean, knock them unconscious. Ooh, slipped.
We're better at killing them all.
You are.
We can, if we get a couple of TIE fighters.
Oh,
try to
Captain,
blend in with
did
the
Waz
TIE
tell you I
fighters.
created a conscience?
Yes, he did.
I installed it in the evil Imperial lady. She can't lie anymore. It's amazing.
See, I don't think you installed a conscience. I think that you installed a training system.
Tomato, tomato. I've read the stories of this Jiminy Cricket and Pinocchio.
She also can lie. It just causes her pain.
Which will teach her not to lie. Hence, conscience.
Or create a tolerance to said pain and eventually become immune to all.
I don't know if you understand this. Brains don't do that. Yes. What happens if her brain were to create calluses like that, which it would require? She would die. It's like a tumor. This would be one of those things where she tells the truth, or her brain kills her.
I'll take your opinion, Doctor.
So I tend to run away, although I know I should stand and fight.
So we're
I
gonna just.
mean, of the people in the room, I would be the one who would know.
What room
I
are
think
we
it's-
in? Are we in the? Are
I
we
think
back
it's-
in the med bay?
Yep. We
Okay,
went to
so,
med bay.
so she's all unconscious on the floor next to it.
I think it's really bad that you took away her free will and choice.
No, she still has her free will.
Just
Not really. Because if she wanted to lie and she can't do that.
She can lie. It'll
I
just hurt,
try.
and it'll eventually teach her not to lie. Lying is
It
bad.
could kill her though.
Um,
And you say lying is bad, but like what? You're the morality police here? You're gonna say that lying is bad? I lie to people all the time. We lied to her.
you said you were gonna feed her to a Wookiee.
I
You
was.
literally told the Wookiee he could have her.
Yeah.
This way she will live.
As a slave to you.
No.
I think once I put
Yeah, because if she does
Not-
something wrong,
They're significantly inferior to droids.
you basically enslaved a human here.
Nope.
Yeah?
Enslaved an
enslaved?
imp. This is different.
Nope. At any point in time, you have the control to shock her. So that would be she's your slave. You could kill her. Her life is in your hands at any point in time. And
So you would prefer to lock her away in a small container so that she can't harm us, versus what I have done is made it so that she can go free. We just have to keep an eye on her, and if at any point she becomes troublesome, we just give her a little bzz, bzz, and boom, she's not going to do that anymore.
well, I was going to just feed a Wookiee, which I have no problems with. And
That is murder.
that
You
is
don't
not
have
murder. That is feeding a Wookiee.
nope,
You
that's
don't
murder.
say like that you murdered a cow because I ate beef. Like that Wookiee would eat the person. Circle of life.
But
You have taken her
organics
choice
enslave
away.
cows. In fact, you enslave cows and then feed each other them.
So are you saying that she is now chattel,
You're
or
saying that she is now cattle.
that's exactly what I'm trying to explain to you. You are treating her as a slave. She does not have free will.
No, you were going to feed her to a Wookiee. That is our cat. You were going to make her into cattle.
No, the Wookiee would have eaten her. I have no fucking decision about that. She's not mine to give out. Do you see what I'm saying here? You have control over this whole situation,
If you
and
can
now
hear, yes,
you're denying it.
you're
Are you-
not denying it.
Okay then. Then agree with me that that's exactly what you've done here.
I have removed her as a threat without killing her.
You have removed her free will.
Nope, she still has free will. She can do whatever she wants. But if it's bad, she'll get a shock.
And die.
How do you determine bad?
Oh no, it won't kill her unless we choose to kill her. And I don't
Yeah, right. And he determines what's bad because he's got the remote. He is just really explaining this the wrong way. He
the
has full
checklist I
control
have
over it.
for if she's bad, tries to harm any member of this ship, check. Tries to harm the ship, check. Tells us a lie. That one's pretty automatic.
Yeah, I was about to say the only one that actually is automatic is basically it's a lie detector.
Yeah, the other ones I have to see her doing.
Yeah. And so you decide whether she.
I can
you
give you
hurt
a
her.
remote too if you want, Captain. I can give one to Waz.
No,
too.
no.
I pull out
She's not
3
my
spare
slave. She's
remotes.
your
Look, I
slave.
made these while I was waiting for you guys to get down here.
Not my slave. Your slave. I just want you to know that that's what you've done here. You
I'm gonna
understand?
take a remote.
Oh my god!
Dex
This
is all
fucking shit.
Dex is trying to be all like passive aggressive, good morality. Like you did bad. Wes is like, I'll take one of those.
Yeah. God damn it.
You at Dex at one point said treat her with respect.
He did.
I did, and this is not respectful at all.
Yeah, but then you were going to feed her to a Wookiee in the same sentence.
Damn it! I can respect my food, and I can respect other people's food. When she is meat, she is meat. But right now, she's not meat. She has life, and
Yes.
she is a breathing, living person that you have enslaved to your will.
I mean,
Period.
we
The
can
end.
always-
You
we can
can
always
argue
remove it.
this.
I'm not arguing. I
could have
haven't
removed
argued it yet. I've simply pointed out that you actually agree with what I'm doing.
I didn't.
You did.
No, you did this all on your own.
Oh no. You said she was. You said that she was just like cattle, like food. We don't feel bad for food, so why would we feel bad for her to eat her? We enslave cattle, so we should enslave her. And why should we feel bad about it? Because she's just cattle. Your words.
I think you're
I
misunderstanding.
repeat them in your voice.
Yeah, you've misunderstood here. You can
What
repeat
have I
it all you want. That when the Wookiee eats her,
Mhm.
that's the Wookiee's decision to
Yes.
eat food. Okay?
Right.
When you make the decision to control her choices,
She makes the decision.
no, you did, because you've got the button, that little remote control.
I don't have
You're
to
gonna
push the
punish
button.
her,
I don't.
but you're going to.
I'm not going to unless she tries to hurt one of us.
You changed the system in her body to do this.
I made a conscience.
You did not. You took away.
Even no, Captain, you don't understand. She actually knows what she's doing is wrong. She admitted it.
I think you don't really know what's going on in her brain.
No. I asked her if she thought we were the bad guys, and she said yes, and then she got shocked.
Yeah, 'cause that would-
Tavi's gonna be like, that's not what you asked her. You asked her if
Right.
you asked her if she always agreed with what the Empire did, and she said,
Oh,
no.
right. Same difference.
It's
Not the
not
same.
empirically the same.
Empirically.
Balls, chuck.
All right, I think we're gonna hit this back to convoy. When you say there's a flight of TIE fighters,
4 TIE
We should
fighters.
get more information.
Excuse me,
Four TIE
6.
fighters.
6 TIE fighters maximum, 3 TIE fighters minimum.
We should get more information on this convoy.
I think you just want to wake her up and torment her some more,
I'm not tormenting her. She will torment herself.
which you've caused. You did this.
Technically,
It's your
I just
choice.
modified circuitry she already had installed in her.
Your choice to do that. Yeah,
It was genius.
you chose to control somebody.
I'm not controlling her. I simply limited her ability to do bad things.
Right. Which is a type of control.
Ranather, where are you during all this? Because the only person who speaks your language is in the medbay arguing with the captain, and you have free run of the ship.
I mean, I figured I would just, meander slowly over here and kind of down here. Wait, how the fuck do these...
You have to go to the top floor in order to go across the spine. So you have to take a turbo lift, which are the blue circles, all the way to the top floor, and that central spar on the top is the only way to get across. If you look at the 3D model of the ship here, you'll see that that's the spar. Okay, you found yourself a drop class ship.
I'm just looking. Just looking. I might be poking and prodding, but just looking.
You're not super mechanically inclined, so but that's the stats for the ship.
I didn't say I was repairing it. I said I was poking and prodding.
So here's the card with all the stats for the ship.
Does it actually have any damage against it?
It's got some superficial damage because it was used as a boarding craft. So like the spikes that it uses to board the other ship, they have some very basic damage. Nothing electronic, just like welding and metal.
Is that something that I can just devote a little bit of time to buff out?
Sure. I'm gonna make it a 1 purple mechanics check to see how well it works.
That's fine. See if I break it.
You need a red to do anything super bad.
What is mechanics? 2 green. Oh, a yellow and a green. And you said 1 purple?
You're just welding things back in place. Patch and metal. Okay. So you successfully start welding the drock back together. Okay. We can go back to the other conversation. I just want to see if the Jaw was getting into any mischief, since you guys were...
No, I'm being useful. Being mildly useful at the moment. I need to make sure my getaway ship is halfway... I mean, the boarding craft is good to go.
All right, you guys, we flip back scene-wise, and Dex and Payne are still arguing the finer points of morality. The lieutenant is still unconscious. She has 1 hit point left, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
I would notice that in my...
the problem is that the thing you installed that is shocking her also damages her. There's not really much you can do. She's going to expire at some point in the relatively near future. Unless you turn it off.
Or just jack her up with stim packs.
Wait, can I turn it off remotely?
Yeah, I'm going to say you have a remote control on it.
Can I turn off the shock part, but still see whether she's telling the truth or not?
Yeah, but you didn't need the implant for that.
Oh, that's true. I didn't.
It also, we're going to say, only works in engaged range. So
That
you
works.
can't remote controller from another ship or anything.
There's a bag right here full of stim packs.
Well, it's full of stim packs.
Yes, but you have to pay for those. You have to have back. The idea of this bag full of stim packs was that he was siphoning off some of the Bacta to create the stim packs. So there is also that.
I'm carrying 20 stim packs.
I'll jam her with a stim pack, give her 5 hit points, so we can ask her some questions.
Are you gonna wake her up too?
Yeah.
All right, she wakes up. Dex is there. Waz is there. Pain is there. And she's like, "Oh no, it's not a dream."
Oh, no, it's not. You have a conscience now.
How much for you to take it out?
How about the truth?
We want to know about the convoy you told us about, the back to convoy.
If I tell you about the convoy, will you take it out?
Why would you believe me if I said yes?
Don't have a ton of choice.
That's awful.
We need to fill that back to tank, and a little extra wouldn't hurt. You get that filled, I'm sure the captain will allow me to take it out of you.
Whoa. Way off. We need that island.
Dex, do you have anything to add to that?
See?
Just fill it one time.
I said and a little more.
She's
I
looking.
was
She's
gonna sell the rest of it.
she's looking at the captain, and she's like, "I can get you that convoy, or I can get you information on that convoy at a minimum. But I want this thing out of me, and I want to be, put off the ship onto a habitable planet or station. Station would do."
You forgot, like, I'm okay with the Wookiee just eating you, right? Like, I don't
But
really
not-
care what
But
happens.
not installing a conscience
Got
in
my
her.
power.
You didn't.
She kind of cocks an eyebrow, and she's like, "We both know it's a fair deal."
You do know you're a bad guy, right?
Also, your droid is a psychopath.
Yes, but he's my psychopath.
And technically, a psychopath is someone who can tell lies. I'm pretty sure everybody in this room is a psychopath. Oh, except for you. Humor.
She is so disturbed by that whole statement.
I found a cure for psychopathy. I am. Oh, I will have to write about this.
Yeah, he's special.
Yep.
The droid.
What do you say, Captain?
Give me all the information you can, not just about the convoy. There were some other things that we were talking about too.
What do you know about Jira?
She's my boss. She's
You said her ships were blockading the area.
He was
Yes.
our boss too.
So I came over.
Liked her. I wanted to work for her.
I came over as part of a. She stops mid sentence when Payne says that, and she just slack jawed, and she's like,
So usually
"What?"
She offered us a job, but the captain doesn't like Imperials, so I don't like them now.
I don't think it was up.
They're bad.
So usually
I-
when I find stuff
I-
in here, it's
oh,
above the-
oh, okay. I have no words for that. Anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
please remember, you're very fragile in your current state. Don't lie. You could be fatal.
Okay. She's like, okay, you wanted to know about the blockade. The blockade. So, as you are aware, because you're here and not outside the nebula is very difficult to transit, and you can't do it in hyperspace. So there's little holes in the nebula that you can get in and out, and they move like storm cells. Well, the main one in and out that is pulled by the gravity of the moon of Grexa, which is, I'm assuming, how you got in here, is now blockaded by an interdictor cruiser. So anyone who's attempting to roll through that entrance, whether it's sublight or hyperspace, is going to now get caught by that blockade. Basically, there's no way in or out of the nebula as long as that interdictor cruiser is blocking the entrance.
The interdictor is the one that can stop ships, pull it with a gravity well.
That is correct.
When you say there's no way, you mean there's no way that you know of. You don't know of a way past this.
No, she stops because she's expecting to get shocked, and then she stops, and she's like, if you had a big enough fleet, you blew up the interdictor, you could force your way through. This ship isn't going to do that.
And there's no other way.
That I know of? No. There are rumors that there's smaller entrances or exits to the nebula, but I don't think this ship would fit through any of them if they even exist. And she looks around and she's like, "There was a Jawa with you. The Jawas have been here for as long as any other resident, and their drift platforms have they live in like the edge of the nebula, siphoning off the gases. They know they know the outside of the nebula better than anyone. That's why Jira's interested in it. One of the reasons Jira's interested in them.
Super dark, guys.
That seems like a good lead to get out without dealing with the interdictor. You give good information. Continue.
It's part of our deal. As far as the back to convoy is concerned, she pulls her command pen out of her uniform. She's like, "I guess I don't need this anymore," and she hands it out towards the captain.
I'll take it from her. What was her name again?
Her name is Lieutenant. Wait, why is she? Oh, there it is. Leary Ting.
She's not going to become a talk show host, right?
She's probably not going to live through this episode. At the rate we're going right now, anyway.
But I want to watch Larry Ting live.
My soul hurts.
Start smoking for 20 years.
Oh man. Oh. It comes on right after Legis and Kathy Ree. I'm sorry.
You're not sorry, and you don't sound sorry.
So we get her command pen.
Oh, she's like, so this command pen has, among other things, sets of current Imperial challenge codes. You can modify that shuttle you've got to use these. It'll look like it's a different shuttle, and it'll have good access codes. You could then dock with the freighter. And, I mean, as soon as the stormtroopers see you, they're going to know you're not Imperial. But if you're sneaky enough, you might be able to siphon some of the Bacta off, or just take the ship. Alternately, you could, run in there with some fighters, blow up any of the defending TIE fighters, and board by force. This command pen will still open doors until they figure out what you're doing, so it'll give you something of an edge. I'm an Imperial intelligence officer, so you could also pose as an Imperial intelligence officer and say it's a surprise inspection. But I don't know if you're going to be able to pull that off without a uniform.
I started in the middle.
And she looks at you, she looks at Dex, and she looks at her uniform, and she's like, and I don't think you're going to fit in this one.
Yeah, but Lucy could.
Oh, this one's close.
Lucy is not human.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I've got a height holographic thingy, though. It doesn't matter. We could figure this out. I like the whole take the shuttle and just dock.
And then clean house.
Clean house. But what we need to do is figure out how we're going to get the Bacta back onto the shuttle and then back here. So, do we still have those tanks?
You have some tanks. You could easily fabricate tanks as well. Also, you could just take the whole ship.
Yeah, that's true.
How many people are on a ship that size?
Normally, the cargo freighter is only going to run with a crew of about 12. And they're not going to be stormtroopers for the most part.
Well, we'll have to figure out how to get the freighter away from the TIE fighters then, without it getting shot down. Because I'm sure they'll blow it instead of getting us.
They almost certainly have orders to destroy the Bacta rather than let it fall into Rebel hands. I mean, Republic hands. I mean, whatever you are.
I'm a mercenary that doesn't get paid.
She cocks an eyebrow when you say mercenary, and she's like, mercenaries are for hire.
Yeah, I haven't gotten paid at all.
He's not a good person.
I guess I'm a pirate.
You did.
Yeah, I have gotten paid, but I'm allowed to lie.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. So.
Wait, you tell her you're allowed to lie?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain, you do realize lying is like the first sign of being a psychopath, right?
I think that everybody lies, Payne, including you. And that's concerning.
Everybody lies?
Everybody lies.
I
Not lies all the time. Not 100% constant lying. Everybody has the ability
I
to
can
lie.
tell when people are lying or not.
Okay.
I scan them.
All right, we got to come up with a plan to kill these take these TIE fighters out.
She's like, excellent. Can and she points to her neck. Can I have this removed now?
I did
Yeah,
say
she wants her head removed.
yeah, no. I did say I would remove that after we got the backup. You're going to need to pray we are successful.
Hey, you also said we could somehow get through the planet blockade, land at the capital city.
Oh, so once again, that pen has challenge codes on it. You have a Lambda shuttle that is one of ours. Challenge codes plus Lambda shuttle, that'll probably get you through the blockade. Just so you know, once you use the challenge codes, though, so let's say you take the Bacta off of the ship and you've used my challenge codes and the ship then returns to Lady Jarrah. They're going to know that those challenge codes aren't any good.
Right.
But if the ship doesn't return,
She sighs like, yes, if the ship doesn't return at all, then the challenge codes would most likely be assumed to be good until otherwise noted.
all right. Well, as long as we come back safely, I'm fine with removing your conscience.
Dude, it's your experiment. Like, if you want to take it out, it's on you. I have to take a step back out of this.
Put this in someone else, and we could do the same thing again. This was extremely effective interrogation, and she's mostly unharmed.
She looks at you when you say completely mostly unharmed, like she wants to dismantle you.
So there's 6 TIE fighters?
I mean, of the two of us, lady, I'm reasonably sure I would dismantle you much better than you would dismantle me.
She didn't say anything, she just looked at you like that. So you said 6 TIE. She's like, it's going to have a standard escort, which is anywhere between 3 TIE fighters and 6 TIE fighters. Depends on how many TIE fighters were available when the freighter left its last port.
Brig is coming in this direction.
Alright.
Well, what kind of guns does the freighter have?
It doesn't have guns, it's a freighter. It might have a single defense laser for popping asteroids.
So at best we'd get one TIE fighter with an easy shot, and the rest would be near impossible.
It's got a hyperdrive, though.
It does have a hyperdrive.
So if we just do all sneakiness, then get to the bridge and hyperdrive away. Just get the fuck out of there. Alternatively, we can... You said we can't use our other TIE fighter guys?
So I'm not going to say you can't, but you have to understand that, like, you guys just got back from a major battle, and they carried that battle in space. I realize that your perspective is, we went in here and we did this, but outside they were fighting and dying and getting shot to shit. So they don't have a highly functional combat craft, especially since you held the Proto Shadow back and they didn't have any support. It's possible they don't even have any fighters left.
Snap.
It does mean that the Proto Shadow is in pristine condition and is a very capable combat ship, especially with its 2 combat craft that it can deploy. Between the Leapfrog and the boarding ship, you have 2 fighter craft that can shoot TIE fighters. Plus,
we could just swoop in, grab the freighter with the tractor beam, and then take out the TIE fighters between our gunnery and the 2 ships we have. That's a higher risk, but probably a higher reward, assuming they don't just self-destruct the ship.
Yeah, right. Or poison the Bacta or something like that. I want to try to get in there all sneaky. We don't have enough pilots to do the combat in space.
I don't want to do space combat anyway, but I
you
was simply
only
pointing out.
need 2. What you mostly need are gunners. You only need 2 pilots.
Do minions count?
Minions do count.
anyone alive up there?
Idea better.
Alternately, if you want to stealth, you could take the Lambda shuttle and try the surprise inspection thing.
Yeah, I think that's our best bet. Just come out. Can we create a countermeasure for communication? Like that we just unleash as soon as we dock?
Yeah, there's a couple different ways you could do that.
That way they can't,
I'm gonna be leery of those
radio out. I mean, worst case, the TIE fighters will realize comms are down, but they won't know why necessarily.
There's a better way.
Okay.
Who wants
Can I
to roll?
warfare check?
I was about to say, who wants to roll a warfare check to see if they're intuitive and enough to know the better way? It's going to be 1 red.
Oh boy.
All the communications and the nebula run through that satellite network you detected earlier, and you even know exactly where one of those satellites is. And you know it's the linchpin for communications in this sector. Hypothetically, if you guys were to jump in with the Lambda and then have the Proto Shadow separately jump straight to that satellite and just ion cannon the shit out of it, it would temporarily bring down communications until secondary networks could take over. Now, we're not talking about a very long amount of time. Even though you're taking out the central hub, you know, it's going to have failover, so you're talking like 15 minutes of no communications with the outside world. But it's definitely doable, and it would be minimal risk because there's no defenses around that satellite other than its ability to call for help.
Seems like a solid plan.
The only concern I have with this plan is the shape that the Lambda's in.
You guys have 2 days before the thing gets here.
You have 2 days to do some repairs.
But that is a valid point that you guys do need to be concerned about.
Because basically showing up as a surprise inspection, quote unquote, in a Lambda that's barely hanging on, I'm pretty sure that's not going to fly.
Yeah.
Well, we got several mechanics that can do body work, and I think he hired a mechanic that can actually fix things. So
Yeah, let's start working on the Lambda then, because we know we're gonna throw our weight on that. The Proto Shadow can totally go. Fuck up the satellite. I wanted to have the Proto Shadow in reserve in case things went south. Then we'd basically jump the frigate to the Shadow.
how hard would it be to make poison gas? Knockout gas?
It's pretty hard to make knockout gas.
Okay.
Crazy purple knockout gas.
It's not impossible, but I mean, you'd also need a good amount of it. You want to pump it through the ship and try to knock out the crew?
Yep.
Yeah.
If there's very few stormtroopers, then most of them would not recognize what's going on until they fell unconscious.
That's true. However, it's a lot of space, and they probably would feel like it would probably alert some of them when the first two went down. You wouldn't be able to get them all at once.
How easy is it to depressurize the ship?
It's like a core function. It is easier, but it is still difficult. That's going to be a slicing encounter, which, you know, our newbie hasn't done one of those yet, so that'll be fun.
Just an idea.
You need to physically be connected to the ship to do it.
I mean, we'd land on the ship and then just open all the doors.
It's not unprecedented in this party. Kizik's done it like twice.
Yes, we're here for an inspection on all of the external doors. Can you show us the button that opens them, please?
I'll use a jackhammer.
I'm trying to go through the plan in my head, and we don't have.
So why does the Proto Shadow need to blow up the satellite? Why can't we have one of the other ships blow it up?
It's not blown up. It's an ion cannon attack. You could blow it up using one of the other ships. However, you're going to need hyperdrive to get away quickly. So this satellite, they've attacked it before. You weren't here for it. But basically, as soon as you get within sensor range, it sends out an alert. As you get closer, it sends out a more intense alert. And then shit starts showing up and killing you. If you try to fly in at sublight speed, you're never going to, even the proto shadow wouldn't make it there. It needs to hyper jump directly to it, shoot, and then hyper jump away in order for this tactic to work.
So neither of the other small ships are.
No, you have 2 hyperspace capable craft here, and that is the Lambda shuttle and the proto shadow.
But Clean could do that.
Sure. You've got a huge crew now. Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Wait. We technically could call in the rebels because we gave them the one ship.
They're
My ship.
they're out of commission at the
Yeah, I think
moment.
I'm still-
That ship is not out of commission because we turned that ship over to them after the battle, basically fully intact, other than the
big
one
hole
hole
in
we
the
put
front.
in it.
There's a huge hole in it. It's also a fighter's thing. Like, you're 4 hours after that battle. They did not have time to train a crew, put a crew on there, repurpose the ship. They're not ready for that.
Well, I'm not saying that we need that ship in particular to blow up the satellite, but we could use that as a getaway if we need to. Because the whole thing about having the Proto Shadow in reserve was that we had basically a getaway vehicle if shit went south.
We still will have it in reserve. It's going to jump in, shoot, and jump out. It's a matter of minutes.
Yep.
As long as the astro checks go perfectly fine.
The
Generally,
NPCs will make them.
generally for like things like that, they will go fine.
Okay.
I said generally.
You
right.
only need to worry if you see me over here flipping dark side tokens.
I don't have a captain's uniform. She had a point about that.
I mean, Captain, it really wouldn't matter if you did. You're not human. Yeah, anyone
So-
that steps off a boat that isn't human is going to be considered hostile.
You have a set of stormtrooper armor,
I do. I have that.
and you have pips from her uniform for intelligence.
And we have 2 extra humans.
I'm not saying that it's completely savvy that a stormtrooper would be an intelligence captain, but these are going to be a freighter crew.
Okay.
And so all we need to do is get on the ship. After that, I was assuming we would come out punching.
You can do that
bum
too.
rush. There's 12, probably.
Could also be that there are like 50.
How many people could a freighter hold if it was fully armed to the teeth?
If the freighter were full of soldiers and not Bacta, you're talking thousands.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
in that case, we would be screwed regardless.
Hundreds. Screwed regardless, though.
Okay.
It's one of those, I don't know how many it was going to take to kick my ass. I just know how many they were going to use.
But at the same point, the freighter should, quote, should be full of Bacta, so it shouldn't be holding hundreds of soldiers.
No.
Right. All
Unless
right.
it's a trap, and your lying thing didn't work.
So we're going to try to steal the frigate. We're going to try to jump it out from under the nose of the TIE fighters without the TIE fighters getting all uppity. Is that
Correct.
the case?
That is the plan.
We have nothing in the plan to offset the TIE fighters just shooting the shit out of the frigate.
Well, that was why I was saying we needed to make sure communications were down.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is TIE fighters might have just a blanket destroy it if things start going weird.
I'd have
And
to
if
know-
comms go down,
I mean, it's space. Comms go down. We have 15 minutes before comms are back up.
I mean,
That's a
the
jet.
TIE fighters are going to be with the freighter. You do realize that, right?
Oh, okay. Well, how do we knock out communications between the type? That's what I was asking earlier. How do we knock out communications?
Okay,
between the type?
there's no way for you to do what you're trying to accomplish there without them being instantly alerted that there's a problem, and even then they could physically see that you've boarded the. Like, there's no way to do that. I thought you didn't want reinforcements coming in and killing you, which was a really solid. That was a.
I didn't want that either. I just
Yeah.
also was trying to limit the TIE fighters.
Yeah, there's nothing. The TIE fighters that are there physically with them, if communications start going down, like between them and the ship, like the bigger network can go down, and that's not as big of a thing to alert them. But if communications are disrupted between them and the ship, that means you guys would have had to have jammed them. There's only one thing that could have done that, and there's only one reason for it to have happened. They're not going to be that
Right.
stupid.
So as soon as we jam them, they're gonna shoot it.
Yeah, so
Okay,
your options are basically you have to deal with those TIE fighters, or you have to instantly take the ship, or you have to deceive the ship long enough for you to take the ship. Those are the only options I see from what the plans you've presented so far.
The last two seem to be the way to go. I would say we go in and we attempt to be a stealthy bum rush. Take it as quickly as possible, as stealthily as possible.
Do you want the little guy that I can't speak with, but he can convince some people, and me to try to deceive the people as investigators while?
You're not human.
Yeah, I can take a picture of her. I can be her, as long as I don't speak. I've done
That's
this
an idea.
before.
Yeah,
That's an idea.
that's actually a good idea.
I worry about the effectiveness of that technology, but yes, that should work.
I'm more worried about the he can't speak part. But
I'm more
I'll
worried
talk
about
for
the
you.
take the short person. I'm assuming he was referring to the Java.
Can we make a voice modulator for him?
what are you going to make it out of?
Let's see. I'm gonna talk
Hopes
to
and
Dr.
dreams.
Clean. Just talk to
I'm
Dr.
I'm
Clean.
actually pointing it out because the new guy has something around his neck that would almost certainly do the job.
No, don't take it.
You can then speak basic. How can that be translatable?
Because if he breaks it, then I don't have a ranged attack.
Yeah, it's fair. We don't want to do that.
I suggest you learn to shoot.
Also, in my defense, you're going to try and get a piece of tech away from a Jawa. I just need you to think about that carefully.
No, your response was exactly what the Jawa would say. No, it's mine. Although Jawas are very mercantile, so I could see him being like, "No, it's mine." Wait a minute, how much are we talking? Being the response.
You give me the droid, and you can have it.
Oh man,
I'm down for that trade.
I was about to say Waz would totally do that. Oh shit.
Do we want to have a split prawn attack and have Dex in the boarding ship, and then have another party coming in with the Lambda as the
So
fake
Dex in the boarding
inspectors?
ship. Dex in the boarding ship means it's Dex on 6 TIE fighters. He is gonna die. That's 6 attacks.
I'm fine with this.
If the Drock is fully armed, it gets 4 attacks.
If it has 4 people.
Yeah, if it's fully banned, it gets 4 attacks.
He's got 2 minions himself.
He does.
He's got
yeah.
a pilot, right?
Yeah,
All right,
he
so-
is the pilot. So he's an ace. To put it in perspective, 2 of the best TIE pilots that you guys are likely to come up against have half of what Dex's piloting score is. Dex is not just a pilot. He is an ace pilot.
Hold on. So if we split,
The reason you got your asses kicked so badly last time was because he kept trying to fly the Proto Shadow.
so if we split, Dex comes in after we land.
Well, there was a logistical question too of that ship doesn't have hyperdrive, so you could get it there, but you have to figure out how to do that.
We can't. Can we? It doesn't dock with the Lambda, right?
It could be carried by the Lambda. Dock with the Lambda is a It doesn't officially dock with the Lambda, but the Lambda has a grapple claw for cargo containers that it could actually try to carry this thing over a short distance. Alternately, you don't need hyperdrive to get to the rendezvous point where the convoy's coming through. If you leave a day early, someone could sit out there in the boarding ship for a whole day and wait, powered down.
Oh, me and the NPCs will go have like a day just to hang out with each other on the drive.
That's not a bad plan. You take the 2 new stormfighters and probably Sidus, or we want to leave Lucy with.
Wait. Does that mean Brave becomes your new right-hand man?
Oh boy, no. We'll play chess, and it'll be awful.
Yeah, I wouldn't accept any hand jobs from him.
No. But
His
Clax's
finishing
gunnery,
was a little rough.
Clax's gunnery is the best, I think, out of everybody.
It is.
You haven't seen Death Mountain shoot a gun, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Is Death Mountain pretty good at guns?
He's a little
No.
he's a little primitive. Also, I meant to do this earlier, but Payne should probably do a either an education or a xenology check at 1 red, because Wookiees don't normally eat people.
I wasn't judging.
I know none of you were judging, but you're a doctor and you might know this. So,
Xenology, or what was the other one?
xenology or education.
Is he eating it with his claws too?
See, you know. That's meta, though.
I don't know that. I just happen to know things. I'm married to one. Yeah, I know about the claws.
Nope. Got 3 advantage.
Payne's like, nah, man, stop judging him. Like, don't king shing the Wookiee. Like, it's
Organics do weird shit. That's a pretty standard practice for you guys to do fucked up fucks.
Fucked up.
I mean, look at her. She can't even lie anymore. That's how fucked up this gets.
It'd be funny too if I used the Drock to chase the Lambda. And like wildfire around you guys as you guys swoop in. You're like, frigate, please help us. We need to land. We're in bad shape. That way we don't even have to fucking fix the Lambda. Frigate's like, okay, I guess you're gonna have to land. And then we, send them the codes and everything to make it legit. And then Lambda,
Drock, because that would need to be healthy.
the Drock, I think, is okay.
I've done a little bit of repair work on it.
It's back up to full health. The only thing you guys got it damaged for last time was impaling it in the ship, which is a super easy thing to repair.
Okay.
Which we do need to fix, because I totally want to bury it right into the frigate, too.
I did fix it. I fixed it. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, but you can only tell Payne, and he's preoccupied with his science experiment.
And did you fix it, or did you Jawa fix it?
Well, the other thing is
You'll never know.
the captain's going to show up and be like, Cole, you did a great job fixing this ship. And Cole's just going to be like, yeah, okay. He's looking at the leapfrog.
Yeah, Captain, look, man, I could really use a promotion and maybe even a raise.
Yeah.
Question: can we fix the Lambda without making it look like it was fixed?
Like,
Yeah.
leave all the superficial damage in place.
Yes. Yes, and I really don't like the idea of flying around in a combat situation in a ship that is hanging on by threads.
You guys have been working on it. It's not hanging by threads anymore.
I mean,
But-
we got 2 days, and the captain's going to be gone a day early.
Yeah.
It just makes
1
sense
day.
for us to continue.
Yeah, you can make it look good. You also still technically have access to Randall, who's a pretty good mechanic. He's good at making things look like they're on fire. Mostly because they actually will be on fire.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
All right, that seems like the best plan. That's actually really solid. Just Captain, be aware that that's a good way to die.
I go out with a blaze of glory.
Let's take this to access gas out of here. No reason. Just gonna put this on my sheet. Be useful.
Can't imagine.
All right. Yeah, I'll come and join you guys. Once you get onto the frigate, and after I'm done with the TIE fighters.
So, I'm going to start... Go ahead.
I have one more question. So I have we have a day and some change before we head out, and there's not really anything that Payne would need to do in this situation. I have a project I want to start working on.
Okay.
I want to make the Crotos virus affect humans.
Okay. I don't think you're going to like how difficult this check is going to be.
I'm gonna be in my sealed lab, just carefully working away.
Okay.
His sealed lab with Thierry Lang.
Oh,
Larry,
that's
Larry Ting.
Larry Ting, my bad.
Yeah, part of a new talk show, Larry Ting Live.
He's gotta have someone to test it on. Does that give him at least a boost dice since he has a quote unquote willing subject?
Willing. I mean, she does.
Where is Clax?
Clax is in the barracks.
Is?
Yep.
Oh, I missed him because he was sideways to me. Okay.
I put the token for the. That's what I was about to go into before we did his thing. I put the token for the Drock over here. Everything that's on this side spaceboard are the assets you are going to have available for the fight.
Okay.
So pull your people. If you got people in a ship, you put them in their ship.
Does Gator have a gunnery skill?
No, Gator has a smack people in the face skill.
Handy.
It could be.
Gator don't take no shit.
I mean, once the TIE fighters are dealt with, it could be. However, it sounds like you're putting all your eggs in the TIE fighter basket on the Drock shuttle. So I would definitely load the Drock up with people who can shoot guns, like ship guns.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
So go ahead and roll your medical check for working on the Kurtos virus without opposition. I already rolled your opposition.
How bad did the opposition go?
It is incredibly difficult, and it might kill people
That's the goal.
that you didn't want to kill.
Is there a way to work on it safely? Like, I'm not trying to kill my people. I'm trying to create something that will fix the universe.
So the way I see this metagame-wise is the GM. It was a 5 red check. I've already rolled it.
Yep.
If you fail this check badly, then someone on the ship gets infected and your lab goes bust. If you fail it just barely, then you don't do what you want and you lose your sample. If you pass it, then you get, depending, if you pass it, you barely pass it, you get 1 dose of Kurtos that could potentially infect a human. If you pass it really, really well, then you get the ability to replicate doses of Kurtos that can affect humans.
I'm gonna laugh when he gets fucking
This is the kind of
worst roll ever.
No, this is the kind of check that he usually does amazingly well at. It's the one that's really hard and he should fail, but then he won't. He'll like double triumph or something.
It won't kill any of the players, though, right? We'll just lose some of the NPCs.
If it gets loose on the ship, I'll randomly roll to see who gets infected. You guys are going to steal Bacta. If you successfully steal Bacta, then, even if they get infected, it's not like there isn't a cure.
Are you guys going to be mad at me if I get you infected with Krotos?
Yes.
I think you already did.
You already did that.
You were fine.
Actually, you infected 2 people, but one of them rolled well enough to resist the infection because you also infected Ranither.
Yeah, fuck you. I got this.
Fine.
I got resistance for 6 months. Let's do this.
Are you really going to be mad at me, Matt?
I mean, I need the NPCs I have.
Yeah, but they're already off the ship.
I'm not going to kill them on purpose, but imagine...
They're already off the ship with you. He's working on the project. You've already taken off at this point.
Yeah, you took all the good ones, except for Dr. Clean and Lucy, who's probably going to survive. Lucy's going to survive a nuclear bomb.
But Mr. Clean, who I need to pilot the ship while I'm gone.
I'll keep him alive. I want to do it.
He's not human, so
I know.
The virus doesn't affect humans in its current format.
Yeah.
I know. So he could unleash it on the ship, and it would target exactly who it's supposed to target and kill everybody except Ranither.
I'm aware of the virus and its ability to get out, though. I mean, I scan everybody pretty regularly.
Not to
Especially-
mitigate too hard, but aren't we supposed to be fixing the Lambda anyway? So shouldn't a whole bunch of us be like fixing the Lambda instead of
I'm a
being
doctor.
on the proto?
I'm a doctor.
No. I understand you, but the rest of us that are on the ship,
Yep.
shouldn't at least a chunk of us be trying to fix the Lambda?
Oh, his point being you're not on the ship because the Lambda's
Correct.
on the asteroid base. In other words, Ranither's like, I'm not here, bro.
Yeah.
I'm slathering paint on the side of a fucking
Dr.
ship.
Clean's already working on the ship.
It makes sense. So whoever's working on the shuttle, drag yourself over to the asteroid base. I'm going to take the ship mechanic and put him over there since he's a logical NPC to be there.
Oh, I'm gonna take
Worst case, we're
Harry
gonna be down
Maple
a point, right?
with me because I need someone to pick things up and put them down.
Damn it, I thought I'd get the Wookiee.
You wouldn't take Gator?
Well, I was making
Isn't that
sure
your
that
guy?
they're Wookiee.
Gator just follows him around. It's not like voluntary.
Oh, I forgot Gator's fucking attached to me, isn't he?
Yeah, he's basically a follow bot.
I'm gonna
Alright,
eat that droid
we've-
one
I
day.
think we've mitigated the damage enough. I feel pretty good about this now.
Where's Randall?
He's on board the asteroid base playing with explosives. I don't kill players when they're not here.
Okay. Just you know.
I'm not saying
Hey
you won't,
guys, I'm gonna go.
I'm not saying you won't wake up with crotch itch. I'm just saying that
I don't know who Sidas is.
that's an NPC.
Right. I got 5-3. What'd you get?
So you've got one success and a fuck ton of
damn it,
threat.
David.
Fuck ton of threat. That's not that bad. It's 3 threat.
-1 because I have an extra advantage from my.
Okay, 2 threat. Okay. Okay, so you get 1 dose of Kurtos. Unfortunately, it took your whole sample to make. It also might do this weird because you got rolled all that threat. So you had that Kevin sample in the Kurtos, and it had started to like grow something. And when you started breaking down the gene sequencer, you lost your sample trying to do this. But you're relatively certain there's some sort of like RNA overwrite thing going on with this thing. Like if you stick a human with it, they might turn into a Kevin.
Wait,
Oh god, it's a Kevin
hold up, hold up.
virus.
Will it? Is the virus contagious?
You don't know yet.
All right, I want to culture it. Can I do that?
So the whole point of having limited success, you have 1 strain that you can use. It's not enough to mass produce.
But I can't grow more out of it.
No. If you are able to infect someone successfully and the dice go your way, then that person might be contagious, and then you would have enough of it to do what you want to do.
With you, I need an organic
You're literally sitting right next to one.
incubator. How long would it take to see if it works?
Stage 1 Kurtos usually takes place within a week.
I'm gonna get rid of her in a week.
There's 3 stages. But stage 3 is Black Goo stage.
Unless this new one turns her into Kevin.
Yeah. Damn it, I'm gonna have to find one of those pieces of software that like turns your gender on pictures like a filter and then make a female Kevin.
So I've got her asleep right now, right? We knocked her out.
Yeah. Yeah, she's out
Right,
cold.
yeah. I'm just gonna infect her, and I'll just I'll tell the captain we can't let her go because it looks like she somehow got infected.
Okay. Those of you working on the ship, give me a check. Also, Waz, where have you been during this whole thing?
I am prepping myself to drive a ship. I always get nervous driving ships, so I was in the driver's seat going, "Vroom, okay, that's good, that's good. Oh, I need to look like that lady. I need... Yep, I think I got it.
So,
What kind of check do you need?
I need a mechanics check at 2 purples, please.
from each of us, or just as a group?
Only the players who are doing it. It's not to determine how much you repair, it's to determine how well it goes.
And you said 2 perps.
Yep, 2 purples. I can't even find Kizik's token.
It's because it's right in front of the ship.
Ah. Alright,
1 success, 1 advantage is my roll.
that's passable. So the shuttle is fully repaired. You aren't able to make it do anything really fancy as far as looking damage, but it's got blaster scoring all over it. So it still looks like it's been in a fight.
Can't add like blinking LEDs to it to make it look like it's sparking.
I think that's considered fancy work.
It's actually
Nope.
not legal. It's not street legal.
We'll get pulled over by.
Yeah, exactly.
The TIE fighters turn on their blues and they're like, pull over, man!
I can't pull over any further.
Yeah, we'll have to swing by an outpost.
I'll just have to actually shoot you. It's okay.
Oh, man.
Okay. So at this point, Dex has gotten out here with the NPCs, and you've powered the ship down, and you guys are on canned air, and somebody farted.
Machine, dude, machine. Why? Like,
Dude, it was not me!
are you?
There's a light chuckling from the Geonosian.
It's probably the Bacta I used to heal him.
That's his hand swelling.
Sometimes it just causes flatulence.
Yeah,
It's a lot of menthol and cinnamon.
and Brave and Machine are gonna be like, look, dude, we both know that you have time release X-Lax. If that shit happens in here,
Yeah, well, it's been a day. I'm not on the same schedule anymore. We'll be okay. I hope. But I did pull this whiskey bottle. You guys wanna get drunk?
sure, hell yeah. He was like,
Yeah, that's
way
the kind of
way
thing
cooler
we-
captain than last captain.
Like,
Yeah, I'm not an imp.
They got all mad because we blew up one bar.
2 days.
Really? Tell me about that.
He proceeds to tell you about his debauchery and exaggerated tales of men drinking. All right, so who's going on this Lambda shuttle?
Me?
Okay, if you're going on Lambda shuttle, pull yourself over here next to the shuttle on the sideboard. Because we're about to swap maps.
I moved you, Jeremy.
Thanks, sir.
We're gonna take hairy nipples.
Oh, that's not the best stealth.
We went to school with her.
Well, just because they're on the shuttle doesn't mean they have to come off the shuttle.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys another second to move your tokens and prepare while I take another quick bio, and I will be back.
We're saying Gator's a droid, so not conspicuous. You can holograph yourself, right?
Yeah, we probably have another one of those around if you want a holograph.
So what's the whole deal with the holograph? Like, what can I do? What can't I do?
So far, in Waz's opinion, it just takes a picture of somebody and then you look like them. But in metagame world, if somebody does a high enough perception check, they see through the hologram. Or if they have some kind of like scanner or can see an infrared.
But like, I can move.
I don't think-
I can...
Yeah, but droids can see through it too.
You also need to be something of your own shape and size.
Okay, so for me, I would look like a midget.
We could take a picture of a R2 unit.
He could just sit inside an R2.
That's also true.
But yeah, I have one of those holographic projectors too. If you need to borrow it.
We should just take a picture of Darth Vader and then make a small version of Darth Vader.
I'm here for Halloween. Trick or treat.
Do, 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 do,
How pissed would Chris be?
am your father.
I am your son. You owe mommy child support.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, my father.
You would
How
die.
pissed?
You would
How
die.
pissed would Chris be?
Pretty upset.
You know, I did have a character, but based around Buzz Lightyear, and I had convinced Matt to play a Woody character, and I was trying to get someone to play a pink Wookiee. I had all the characters lined up.
Oh man.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna be the Toy Story.
Oh
I went
god.
with Zap Lightning.
All right, I'm back. All right, so we're all prepared. You've got your Lambda shuttle put together. You've got your Drock that's already sitting out there hanging in space. And the Proto Shadow is ready to initiate its comm jump on your signal. Since the Drock is all like blacked out, I'm assuming that either Lambda is doing it or you're doing it on a timer.
I mean, wouldn't we see the communications go down? Or we need to dock before the communications go down, correct?
The communications, it's long range communications. So you have to understand that like local radio is still going to work. You're still going to be able to radio the freighter. The freighter's still going to be able to radio the
Well, then-
ties.
then fuck that.
They're not they can't call long distance.
So basically he's laying in wait at the nearby to jump, or no, not to jump.
So
'Cause he's on the-
he's in the trade lane. He's where the ships drop out of hyperspace to change direction to go to a new place.
Like feast or famine.
but he's completely dark at the moment.
Yep, he's got to be because he's kind of hanging in deep space.
Are you still down for the deceive by attacking us plan?
Totes.
'Cause that just puts you personally against all of the tie.
Yeah, but he's got 4 guns on that thing with 4 gunners.
Gotcha.
He's not like he's outmanned, but he's not that outmanned.
I think a different play would be us just land and then him pop up at a surprise moment.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to ask for refuge by the frigate.
We've got
can do that too.
yeah. I mean
That's
that's
gonna make the timing better.
you would help us sell our deception, but we also
Yeah.
have the ability to just go no. I promise you, I'm an Imperial spy person. Look, here are my spy codes, and they go, oh, yeah, sure, come on.
Right.
It's a little bit easier than them going like, oh my goodness, are you guys okay? And seeing the Wookiee and the giant Hulk robot.
Yep, and that gives us the ability to get past the 3 different coordinated events. It limits it to just 2, which is infinitely better.
All right, so what's the process here? We're going to send the Proto Shadow to do the satellite. And simultaneously, you guys jump from hyperspace towards the frigate, and then I start coming after you. Like I'm a bounty hunter.
Yeah, we're basically going to jump to where close to where you are. Then you'll come after us, and we'll head for the frigate.
Okay.
Can the Jawa speak in a language that I or Imperials will understand?
Nope.
If we're in combat,
If you're in combat and pain is there.
Yeah, if we're in combat, he just pipes through a speaker I have.
wasn't Payne with us, or did he stay?
Yeah, I'm with
Yeah, he's right there.
I'm with you, but it would still be coming. It wouldn't be coming from him. We're gonna need to purchase that upgrade.
I have some fish in the bottom.
So if I'm flying the Lambda, I'm gonna say Mayday, Mayday, and then hand the deception check over, or the comm controls over to Payne, who's then going to relay what Ranither says to the ship we're trying to take.
Yeah, I'll try to be as close to that lady's voice as I can be. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I'll try.
Would you like to roll a computer's check to try to stitch some of her words together into a pre-assembled message?
Sure.
Okay, so roll a computer's check at 1 red to do the actual stitching, and then tell me what the message says. It's got to be something that reasonably you could have recorded her saying.
Can we make that a combined check?
Yeah, you can if you're both there to look at it.
How many boosts can we add to it?
So one person can give boost, but a combined check is different. Combined check, he's talking about you use the skill from one person and the ranks from another. They know how to do it.
All right. So
Yes.
I can give the codes with her name because she told us the codes, right?
Mhm. Yep, she gave you all that.
She didn't say Mayday. But
She did say barbarians.
Oh yeah, she did say barbarians. All right.
Savages, but who's counting?
She said barbarians too.
Oh, okay.
Which I will put both of those in there.
That is how she would refer to you guys.
I
Said
will refer.
pancake.
I have the convoy's name.
She said pancake. That's correct.
Yep.
Pancake! Pancake!
Then
Oh.
Actually, Ghost, you could just put this drop shuttle. Here's the place where the shuttle is, where the transport's coming through. Here's where I put the drop. But you can put it wherever you want. It's laying in wait somewhere. The transport has to move through this debris/asteroid field before it can jump back into space, hyperspace.
I'm cool right there. That's a good spot.
She said fight and TIE fighter several times.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the TIE out of that and just use the fighter. She said blockade. How would I stitch that together? I'm pretty sure she said danger at some point. And she said get me out of this. She said get this out of me. But I'll just flip those words around.
I like it.
And I'll have a lot of like to make it staticky, like we've been hit in something that makes that happen.
I'm hoping that there's threats on it so the comes through as like you actually doing it and not generated by the system.
I mean, to be fair, I'm a droid, so technically that sound would sound the same.
Careful. It's a collaborative storytelling experience. I will often take your advice on threats.
Yes, success.
All right. You've stitched together a believable distress message. Okay. How do these events go down? Here's the science ship has popped in. Now, being in the Drock, you guys are passive only. You're powered down, so you're actually waiting for a signal from the Lambda to trigger you to know that anything's going on. So this ship has already showed up, but you don't even know yet. So that's the position you're in, Ghost, with your people. The Lambda shuttle's sitting at maximum sensor range, and you would have seen the convoy drop out of hyperspace, but you don't know exactly what it comprises of yet. You just know it's there. What do you guys do? Give me a series of events.
Well, now that we know that the convoy is dropped in, I would say we take the Lambda and literally just jump in kind of behind the asteroid field. Yeah, kind of like there. And then basically we're going to, as soon as we drop in, I'm going to assume we knew where he was going to position himself before he went dark, correct?
Yep.
So we are basically just going to drop in and make sure that we go by line of sight of him.
Don't forget to tell the Proto Shadow to go ahead and shoot the satellite.
Yep.
Okay, I'm assuming that would require long distance communication. So
you could have told them before you jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right before we jump, tell the proto shadow shoot the communications out. We jump while that's en route. Basically land, make sure that wherever we are, we're gonna cross within view of the proto shadow, like actual visual view. That way he knows to fire up as soon as he sees us, and then Q scene.
Okay.
I'm gonna start chasing you.
All right, is that what you're going to do?
Yep. I'm gonna start chasing them and shooting.
Okay. The long range Imperial broadcasts that like the Imperial News Network, the INN network, goes down right about the time that the Lambda shuttle passes right in front of your drock.
Okay. I power up.
Okay.
And start a timer for 15 minutes.
Alexa.
All right. So you guys need to give me piloting checks to make this look good. Also, if you're having the NPCs do the shooting in the drock, you need to let me know. But if you want to pull the trigger and do your own gunnery check, you can.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a pilot and then a gunnery.
Okay, give me one of each. Waz, give me one of each. You're talking about 2 purples for both of your checks.
My pilot. One success.
Ooh, who rolled a triumph?
Me.
Also, Ghost, you had a banked triumph we didn't use earlier, so I'm going to flip a dark side token to light side for you.
Oh, okay.
We should have 4 already because we have 4 players.
Okay. Yep, that's right.
Yeah, you nailed them.
Okay. We should have one more check coming.
Oh, I gotta shoot back. Sorry.
Oops. 1 yellow, 3 green gunnery. What's it to hit the lambda?
Do you want to hit it? I thought you were just making it look good.
You know, what's the difficulty to fake it?
Yeah, to fake it's just 2 purples. It's across the board. You just have to shoot in their general direction.
I get on my comms and I say, "Careful, you idiot! I said across her nose, not up it."
Okay.
You're in the same room with everybody.
Give me your give me your
It smells like
deception.
ass. It smells like pure ass. Who's the
This
Panthers?
the Geonosian has been farting more or less constantly.
You want my deception check, correct?
Yes, I want the deception check of whoever was using the stitch together message that Craven was putting together.
Yes. Are there any?
There are difficulties, so the person on the other side, there are 4 of them. It makes it a 2 red. Technically it'd be more than that, but we're gonna make it a 2 red check.
Give me 1 second.
Sorry,
Did you get any boosts for
two-
the awesome message?
2 reds and a purple. I already downgraded the difficulty because it really should be much higher than that, but I think that's ridiculous considering all the prep you guys have put in. So I just downgraded the difficulty rather than make it a 3 red and 2 purple check, which is kind of ridiculous.
Okay, so what do you want the actual difficulty as?
2 reds and a purple.
Okay. And I'm assuming my remove disadvantage does absolutely nothing here. Huzzah.
One success, 4 advantage. How would you like to spend your advantage? They believe you. They believe you are in duress.
I would like to spend my advantage as them actually swinging the freighter around to allow us to dock even quicker. And
Okay.
in them swinging it around, they manage to essentially cut off one of their, one or two of their TIE fighters, at least for a moment, to kind of give him a little bit more breathing room when he starts to engage them.
Okay. So this guy ends up shooting forward, but these 2 are blocked by the freighter temporarily. Okay, that's totally doable for 4 advantage. All right. Docking maneuvers. How would you like to go? Because Waz is piloting. How would you like to go about your docking? They've maneuvered into a position. It's a downgraded difficulty check. But you can affect it positively or negatively by how aggressive you want to be. You can make it look really good for the deception and come in super hot, but it increases the difficulty by 1. Or you can be like, I'm not in any real danger.
Yeah, he played it before.
Let me just go ahead and dock normal.
When I finally
I'm gonna come in
decided
hot.
to went to Red Dead.
Okay, so that's going to be 1 red and 1 purple.
We're gonna fucking crash, aren't we? Just ping right off the side of the freighter.
This is typically when Jeremy chokes.
Okay.
God damn it.
So you smack into the back of the freighter. So the way you were trying to dock was you're trying to like fold your wings up and dock on top. However, that didn't quite work out the way you planned. And you smack into the back of the freighter and just scrape the nose. It actually ends up peeling the ramp open just a little bit, but like nothing catastrophic. The front ramp is now slightly ajar permanently, but there's a magnetic field holding the air in, and the paint's all fucked up.
Got people that'll fix it.
Yep. But you have managed to dock. You just fucked up shit in the process. Okay. What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next is Ghost is going to get a turn, and then the TIE fighters are going to go.
I'm gonna kill me a TIE fighter.
Okay.
All the NPCs work on the same go as me?
Yes, all the NPCs are going to go on your attack.
Okay. Then I'm going to take my entire turn to pilot correctly, and then I'll let the NPCs do their gunneries. So I'm going to get within laser cannon range.
You only have 3 NPCs, so you still need to shoot.
If you go too long between hitting them,
Okay.
Unless you don't want to take one of the shots you get.
No, that's okay. I would take strain, right?
Yes.
Or no?
Well, so you can fly the ship as a maneuver, as long as you don't use anything off the actions column. And then action is shooting.
Okay, I'm tracking. Alright then, I'll get to about there, and then we'll unleash holy hell on this fucking TIE fighter, and hopefully just blast the shit out of it.
Sounds good.
My gunnery check is a yellow and 3 greens. What's the difficulty to hit this thing?
It's 2 purples, you're head-to-head.
Beautimus.
Your gunnery check's really only 1 yellow and 2 greens.
God damn it.
Failed that one. Alright, what's Clax's, though?
Hold on.
You can pass the advantage on at least.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, they already have a better gunnery check, that's why I asked.
He's a great pilot, not a great shooter.
Yeah.
So here's Clax's old sheet.
Okay. Yeah, 2 greens, 2 yellows.
to begin with.
And he gets the boost.
Yep.
Yep. Go, Clax, go. Go, Clax, go.
He also could have taken his whole turn, but he managed to hit. It might even be a critical. Yep, that's a critical.
Excellent.
All right, so what's your damage first? Because TIE fighters are pretty weak.
So that is 5 damage. Hold on, did he get any other successes? 7 damage.
7 damage. All right. That's easy to remember.
And it crits, yep.
So you can roll your crit dice. Actually, you know what? Let's skip that part because he only had 1 hit point left. Let's just say your critical causes 1 more damage, and that TIE fighter is insta-exploded.
Sweet.
Okay, that was only Clax though.
Yeah. Am I within range for the other 2 NPCs to shoot the interceptor?
You're not, but we're going to do this a little narratively because the TIE fighters are next to go, and they're obviously going to immediately engage your ship. Now, they're going to be all around your ship, not necessarily right in front of it, but it doesn't matter because they're turrets. So I'm going to let the other 2 go and take their shots, and I'm going to let the Imperial TIE fighters take their shots. And one of the reasons I'm going to do that is because they're all the same check. So,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right.
So This is NPC Pilot 1. Okay. That's how much damage?
6.
That'd be 6.
6. Okay. This NPC Pilot 2. I'm assuming they're all shooting at the same fighter.
Yep.
Okay, he missed. Imperial Interceptor, now damaged. How badly is that Interceptor damaged? Pretty badly. He does... He does 9 damage. That's a shit ton of damage.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
How much armor do you have?
2. So I got 3 hull left.
Okay, and TIE Pilot number 2. Who missed, but with his 5 advantage... That's too bad for 5 advantage. I can't give him that. I'm gonna say he zips into a blind spot, behind the Drock, and
Golden Sands, right?
yeah, he's just gonna have advantage on his next turn, and you're gonna have disadvantage to shoot him.
All right.
That's 2 and 2, and then he's got a spare that we're just gonna drop. Okay, so this is back to top of space combat for fighters, unless the crew of the Lambda wants to do anything while this engagement is going on.
I feel like we can just finish up the space engagement before we actually drop into the freighter.
Is
Just
everyone,
for simplicity's sake.
is everyone in agreement on that? Because I think that's a good idea
I'm
too.
fine with that. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Because you don't know if,
If I'm going to live or not.
well, I was going to say if you're going to need the Lambda's guns to finish this fight, and that would dramatically change your boarding action.
Yeah, true.
Okay, top of the round. Ghost. What's
Do
your
we
move?
have turrets on the Lambda?
You have a rear turret and 2 forward-facing guns. One of the forward-facing guns, the laser cannons, don't work while the wings are folded, but the other 2 do. So, in essence, the tail gun works great. The nose guns work okay. You could also lift back off. But if I were, in Ghost position, I'd be trying to move this fight behind the Lambda so you could fire. Because right
We
now,
can make it look like we're firing at the Lambda and we accidentally take out a
TIE fighter. Yeah.
Whoops.
Can we radio to the transport ship and say, turn her around? Let us get a shot on that Drock.
So you could. Who's going to speak?
No, we can't.
That's all right. I'm gonna take my turn.
Imperial pilot, me.
I'm going to take my turn to fly behind you.
Okay. So that means you're going to have to hold gunnery until these guys come in. But we're
Right.
like I said, we're just going to hand wave part of that mechanic because obviously you guys are just going to shoot at each other when you get within range. Okay, the rest of your turn.
I'm going to try to peg that TIE interceptor.
Okay, it's already trailing smoke. It's still 2 purples to hit it.
Not this one.
And a black.
So all the islands, you can only have 1 or 2. So
That was the tie, not the interceptor.
Oh, my bad.
Yes.
I don't get boost.
Oh, you almost tipped over to a triumph. Still, that's enough. So the interceptor comes apart at the seams and is split. This other TIE fighter is like directly on your ass, and your NPCs are all gonna roll on it. NPC 1. That's 5 damage. NPC 2. Oh, I forgot to put those setbacks in there. Let me roll those real quick. Do either of these come up? Okay, one of those did miss.
All right, well, here's Clax.
Both of those missed.
Oh,
Clax missed. Okay,
damn.
moment of truth. Would anyone like to flip a light side token, interrupt this combat, and use the tail gun on the Lambda to try to shoot?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
And I only say me because I think I know
Shoo.
Wadden's piloting, right?
So they fly right by. Yes, Waz is piloting. It's literally right in front of you. It is, the only thing making it more than one purple is because they're going so fast, so it's 2 purples.
One for to buy the new lady.
50-50. But I can take my whole turn.
You take your whole turn. You can also flip another light side token, or not. All right. How much damage is that? He's already taken 5.
Idea. I don't do space combat.
Okay, so Lambda Shuttle tail gun.
That's 4 damage. Hold on, how many successes did he get?
1,
What?
which is
That's not bad.
exactly enough to kill the TIE fighter. Like,
Beautiful.
that is the exact amount you needed. Okay, TIE fighter is eliminated. It is gone. Drock's not in great shape, but it is intact. The condition it's in, though, Dex should feel some trepidation about using it in its ram them format. You still could potentially do it, but it'd be a lot safer to dock.
I'm going to dock.
Okay. We are going to now transition this to a internal boarding action. Goodbye.
ripped the ship.
Goodbye, space map that I worked for a little bit on.
So, could I ask a really, really dumb narrative question while you're moving that around?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why is this convoy actually flying through space?
Why would it not be?
Because it has a hyperdrive, right?
Uh-huh.
Shouldn't it just...
Hyperdrives don't pass through things. They have to stop all the time. So hyperdrives only work in straight lines,
So because there's an asteroid field, they have to stop, fly through it, and then jump again.
Yes, anytime there's any debris, anything in their way, they have to stop.
Okay. I was like, why wouldn't you just jump around shit? But okay.
It's also...
That's why you have to do your astrogation. So your astrogation is based on I have to get to here, and then to here, and then to here, and then to here.
Yep.
How good your astrogation is how many stops you have in the middle.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Faster than light.
I hate
no
the tracking.
record.
I do try to learn.
So... They also, the way the trade lanes work is they're a series of predetermined jumps. So, these lines on the map where they're like, why would you need to follow a lane? Why wouldn't you go straight from point A to point B? Well, because you have to make really complicated astrogation checks. Or you can follow these trade lanes where the checks are literally done for you. You just pop out of hyperspace at a satellite, and it says, here's the coordinates for the next jump. So that's how trade lanes work. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of drawing and decorating.
Waz, the first thing we should do is secure the Bacta.
Got the most skulls.
I kind of think we should split it into 2 groups. One to secure the Bacta and one to take the bridge. Thoughts?
Yeah. Who do you want to take where? You gotta see who's on the other side of the door first.
I figured you guys would step out there and talk to them, and then I would just bum rush, and you can do the same. I don't see a point to the deception past the. If we can surprise them as quickly as possible, that'd be great. I am not stealthy.
Waz is, though.
Yes, Waz is, but he's in disguise.
That's stealth.
He is disguised as the lady.
That's stealth. That's snarky stealthy, but it's stealth.
Yes, I agree. But he can't talk.
Be right back.
Yeah, that was an oversight on y'all's plan. I'm not gonna lie.
There was.
I mean, we noticed it. We just didn't have a.
You
solid way to
just
fix
didn't
it.
have an easy solution. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
All right.
that was a problem Wraith had. That's why he liked invisible over actual shapeshifting. Although Wraith actually shapeshifted, so he technically did change his voice.
Wraith was a great stealth character, but he was in a party with no other stealth capabilities. Like that was his real problem. If I let you stealth properly, no one else in the party got to do anything.
Yep. Because not only was he super stealthy, he turned in fucking invisible. It's like making an invisible ninja. Mostly because David doesn't believe in overkill.
That's my problem with Crackle. So you can go invisible and just fucking start pickpocketing anybody you wanted to.
Okay. Really rough cut thing. Can someone with a pencil draw some lines and corridors on that center spar? It doesn't matter what format they're in. As long as there's a central corridor. And I'll finish putting the bridge in and we'll be ready.
Well, the pencil's scratching my monitor. It's not working.
Let me sell them.
Oh,
Come on.
aren't
I don't want to
you,
do that anymore.
aren't you special?
What's special?
Get it.
Alrighty. Now I need peoples.
So many great supplies last night, and I had to go pick up my daughter, and I told my husband, I was like, "Can you share my ship?
Where are we
So I don't
landing?
get locked."
One second. I'm renaming naval troops.
I had like every kind of curse cannonball.
Okay,
14.
I'm back.
I was picking her up from Chicago.
Welcome back. Didn't know you were gone.
I said something. I did.
I'm sure you did. Oh, I was.
I figured you were building.
Yep. Making the crew of the ship.
Just so we can kill them.
Most likely. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes there's like a negotiation and then surprise things happen.
That'll probably happen, just not at first. I estimate that at least 8 of these will die. Or be knocked completely unconscious and we won't know what happened to them.
I love how there's like 3 or 4 people actually building and drawing on this thing.
That's it's a collaborative effort, including but sometimes building the maps.
I generally do billboards. I don't map draw.
I don't map draw well. That's one of the reasons I like to ask for help. Ghost, on the other hand, has a magical ability to draw shit in this game. Oop, I got a vector line going crazy
Although,
somewhere.
there was that time that I drew on the dumpster. We had a dumpster, and I graffitied it with for a good time. Called Dirty Mike and the Boys.
That is where you're dropping in right there.
It was beautiful.
I want on the shore.
What are the black dots?
Airlocks to the top.
Ah, that does make sense. Okay. I believe we are sufficient with our map drawing. Also, yes, you got the gist of it in the back. This is the engine unit here, and with stuff like that. The front is obviously the bridge, and the green containers are the back-to containers and the storage containers and the storage pods. Anyone who is disembarking from the Lambda would come out here. After everyone on the Lambda has had one turn, we will talk about what's going on with the drop shuttle.
God damn it.
With all the lights, I think that's an outpost. How close are we to the middle? Is that the arena one? Oh yeah, that's the
So
arena
what's
one.
your plan here,
We're right
Wes?
in the middle
Are we doing the bum rush thing, or?
He says, as he's pulling the trigger and evaporating a TIE fighter by, air quotes, accident.
It's whoops. By the way, Randall, this would be a good time for you to turn some people to our
of
side.
Yeah, we can't quite catch it.
That's not how that ability actually works, we found out.
How does it work?
He can... So, there's two ways for it to work. Either he can turn neutral NPCs, or he can use the ability and I will generate a random number of NPCs that weren't there before. So if he used it right here, I would be like, okay, so there were civilian crew on the ship, and it turns out they're actually rebels. That's how it works. You can't actually turn enemy NPCs to your side.
That's still not bad.
It's not bad. It's just not what we thought it was before. Because what it was before was really broken.
I'm sorry, what were we talking about? We were playing Hangman down there. What's up?
You're fired.
So are there random technicians that aren't hostile here that I can cite rebellion on?
If you're
No? Okay.
if you're going first, you can jump down there and scream in Jawa. Ooh.
Let the beautiful lady go first.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I was about to say. She sure do got a pretty mouth.
All right, well, go ahead and go.
Because those ships will sit and wait outside of an island.
I'm going to come out of the little airlock and just, in my best high-pitched death squeal, say, "Ah!" and run to the nearest corner.
Ow. That's a pretty good death squeal. Okay. Run to the nearest corner. Point on the map where your nearest corner is.
I went into this little corner.
Okay, so you're running through the airlock into the, Oh, you took her off the sideboard, huh? She's got to be over here because she's now infected with super deadly disease that kills everybody.
Allegedly.
That sounds a little meta.
Yeah, it does, right? He doesn't know that shit.
Okay.
Lonzo.
So you're not actually attacking anyone.
If this guy comes to like comfort me in any way, shape, or form, I have a monomolecular stiletto that's going to go into his eye socket.
Alrighty. Go ahead and if you want him to do that, then
Yeah.
roll a deception check. It's going to be 1 red, 1 purple. Okay. He doesn't come over to comfort you. He is like, who the hell are you and how did you get on board? He's holding a data pad in one hand. He's got a pistol on his holster. And he's blatantly been taking inventory. He's also a fleet trooper he's a crew member of the ship. He's not a stormtrooper.
Real thing. We can wait a second just to see if they
He's got a data pad.
Yep.
get all the way here.
I'm going to hand him my chip, or not hand it, like wave it and import it into the thing.
Okay. Is anyone else, because we can do structured time here, is anyone else going to pop out of the Lambda shuttle?
This would be the Jawa's turn. He's the only other one with a disguise. If I come out, I'm gonna have to come out killing.
Jawa has a
So-
disguise.
We started talking about the disguise after Matt had left.
It was in his bunk. It's not something he carries with him
I
usually.
didn't stay long enough to actually see if there was anything.
I thought.
Yeah, that's why I offered it to you. It was there if you wanted it.
I didn't know it was in the bunk. What's that?
Or something.
It's still over here.
He offered it to you. I thought that was the goal of taking it.
I didn't realize that it was in the bunk. So
Here.
I'm going to assume I don't have it unless Chris lets us retcon that.
You can retcon it. It's fine. I would be very interested to know what image you're using for it and which version of it you have.
I don't know what version of it I have, because...
Where's the card? That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. All right. So what's the holographic disguise needs to be the same size of the target or larger.
So I was told to be an R2 unit.
Oh my god. God damn it! Your deception's probably high enough to do it too.
Yeah.
I mean, he makes little baby sounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it's a fucking 4 purple for them to detect you with the naked eye.
Now wait. I have something I want to try here. So, with it, I can downgrade difficulty of coercion checks, but not of the other ones.
I just figured you just come out screaming like he did, and they would take damage.
Well, how are you going to make that noise? A holographic disguise doesn't make you.
He already makes noises like that because he has the little thing, the loudspeaker thing.
Pretty sure I can chirp like a droid without
Was a
Okay.
perfect
too much
spot
difficulty.
to get it, so they had-
Okay.
All I have to do is roll out and go beep boop boop beep.
But you got to do it really shrill, like beep beep.
Maybe like if they can't.
I don't wanna be
back
too
for so
shrill.
long,
1, 2, 3, 4 at 4 purple, and then 1, 2, 3 at 2 purple. I'm gonna just start rolling these.
This is gonna be okay. I'm assuming I'm gonna roll mine real quick.
Yep. Go ahead.
2 yellow and
flying down out of the sky.
3 green.
Their vigilance is 1 red, 1 purple.
1 red, 1 purple, and I don't get any downgrades from the 2 blacks being removed, correct? Because you're not throwing disadvantage at me at all.
No. Would you like some disadvantage?
No, I'm just gonna remove it because I can remove 2. My disadvantage is I can't speak.
Yeah, but
Oh.
that's not a disadvantage in this particular situation.
God
You're
damn it! I hate it when they do that.
4 failures, but a triumph. So you said 1 red and 2, or 1 red, 1 purple.
Yep. They did it twice. No, that one succeeded and triumphed.
That is 2 success, 4 advantage for me.
Okay, those were the hard ones. I'm not going to roll any more of them because one of them succeeded. And they rolled 2 triumphs. Alright. The guy who spots you. So let's get Ranathar's card. Let's see where he's at. Right here. Gator tried to step off of the thing behind you.
That fucking robot.
And as soon as they see Gator, they're like, wait a minute. And one of them's like, no, that thing's not a droid. And they start shooting. The second triumph that they get, one of the guys hits the auto emergency eject and ejects the Lambda off of the landing port. And Gator is not off of the pad yet. So basically everybody on the Lambda is sucked back up. Like you're still like on the ship and it's been ejected from the ship. And they're like, don't let it dock again. Lock down the docking clamps. And yeah, the Lambda's off. So Ranathar, you're head to head with 4 Imperial Navy troopers. They know that you are a droid.
They know that I'm not a droid.
They know that you're not a droid. And because You didn't actually get to use your deception check. It's your turn, and you may take any action you want.
Okay. I am going to... how wide is this? I'm assuming I can move here as my maneuver.
Yeah, I'll let you move there as a maneuver.
Okay. And then, since I'm on my own loudspeaker, I'm just going to shout. We're not going to go with Scathing Tirade because... we're not going to go with Incite Rebellion just because... Yeah. But I will do Scathing Tirade. And we are going to... I'm going to take 2 strain to upgrade that twice for intimidating. So that gives me a...
To go after instead of run away.
What does it do? May...
It should be giving setbacks and inflicting strain.
So that was one thing we had the discussion about, was because it's 2 purples for Scathing Tirade, correct? If I'm using Intimidating, it downgrades the difficulty of the coercion check.
Is it 2 or 3?
It's 2. It's average.
Okay.
Average coercion check.
Well, then it would be 1 purple. It'd be easy.
If I'm downgrading it twice.
Oh.
But that's the other thing we were talking about before, was on the downgrades, am I actually removing them, or does that do nothing? Is it just taking reds down to purples?
So downgrade takes reds to purples, which if you're facing an adversary matters. Because it depends on if you consider it a combat check. So I do consider it a combat check, and here's my take on it. On combat checks, I never let you get below 1 purple. On non-combat checks, I will, but not on combat checks. Also, adversary applies to combat checks, so these minions could potentially get down to 1 purple, no problem, but if you're facing a nemesis who has, adversary 2, then that's a 2 red check that you've just downgraded to 2 purples.
Okay, so is it worth downgrading it once, or just downgrading it twice?
I would just downgrade it once, especially if it costs you strain to downgrade it twice. Against these guys, against a boss, it would be different.
Okay, that's fine. And then I'm removing the challenge. We're just doing 1 purple, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and coercion, that should have been what was there anyway. Actually, no, coercion is different check. 2 yellows, 1 green. Green and 2 boost. Okay.
Oh. All right.
Oh.
So that's you may affect 5 individuals, and you have 2 extra strain you can throw out. How would you like to use your triumph?
Get the lamb to the land back.
Get the lamb to the land back. I yell so hard the ship is like, oh, okay. So actually, I will say, have they disengaged the locking clamps, or have they disabled the ability for it to redock yet?
So they've hit the ability. They've hit a button that says, "Hey, eject that thing and don't let it dock again." However, with your triumph, you can at least temporarily undo that. Because you rolled a triumph, so there can magically be a off switch where you're at. But there's also a number of other things you could do. It just depends on what you want to do. Because you're new to this, I'll give you a couple of examples I would think of. Ships have fire suppression systems. This party probably deals with that kind of impediment better than these NPCs will. There are also airlocks on all of these corridors. There are lights that could be cut off. There's a number of environmental hazards. With a triumph, you could overload a conduit and potentially stun or kill an enemy. There's just so many options for a triumph.
I think I'm just going to use the triumph to make sure that the docking clamps aren't locked out and that the lambda can actually redock. That way Dave can get back in the game.
Okay. Well, he would have been able to anyway. I know exactly what he was going to do. Let me just give you a little. Yeah, let me give you just a little history lesson on David. He was going to jump out the airlock, land on top, and cut his way inside. That was what he was about to do.
No, that's fine. We'll make it so that the lambda can redock. So with that being said, obviously, I have 5 and 2 extra, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna hit this guy with 3. That's
Okay.
going to be the 2 advantage and his regular one, and then these 4 that are out in the Derpader are going to get hit as well.
Okay.
That's 5 whole targets, and then the 2 extra damage to the 1.
And that's strain damage.
Yep, strain damage, and then they are all at disadvantage.
They all take setbacks, 1 or 2 setbacks on their next turn.
I believe it is just 1.
Okay.
Each enemy affected by scathing tirade suffers 1 on all skill checks for a number of rounds equal to ranks in coercion. So that is 2, I
2.
believe. Yep,
Yep.
2 rounds.
Okay. That makes perfect sense. That was a very effective turn. All right. Everyone left on the Lambda is just Kizik. Oh, no, it's just Craven. Right?
Yep.
All right. So you were in the gun turret when this thing was disconnected. Nobody is the pilot seat. What would you like to do?
I thought I got out of the gun turret. Okay.
Oh, well, you can be out of the gun turret, but, like, unless... We could even retcon it that you got in a pilot seat. I just didn't see why you would be there.
I was getting ready to jump onto the ship. I would have been right at the door.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They basically closed it on you. So how do you want to proceed? You also have NPCs on the ship. There is still the Wookiee on the ship.
I can't jump through it before it finishes closing?
If you want to spend a light side token, I'll let you do it.
Sure.
Okay. You
But
use a light side token. You are now on the ship, wherever your token went. Pain's
The
over
ship
here.
could also have been redocked.
Well, it still will be, because the Wookiee and Gator will figure it out eventually.
I don't trust Gator.
Can I run over here and toss a Dioxys capsule into that room
Yeah.
and then seal the door? The two
Yeah.
maneuvers.
You're gonna wanna.
Yeah, I know.
So it's run over there as a maneuver, throwing it as an action, and then sealing the door as another maneuver. So if you want to seal the door after the action, you know you need your 2 advantage.
Oh, never mind. I'm gonna go over here and punch this guy.
Okay.
Otherwise, it might kill everyone.
Not immediately.
There's enough back on the ship to fix us.
Not from Dioxys.
Not by axis. Yeah, it makes you. It melts everything on the inside, and then it pours out the outside. I watched it in detail because I injected it into people while I was invisible, or jammed it in their. Oh no, I just released it while they were taking their clothes off.
Yeah. You basically just put it in their air conditioner and then walked away.
Well, that one guy was in the room when I did it.
Mm-hmm.
I watched him take his mask off and then immediately start vomiting up his organs.
So these guys are minions. So it's 2 purples.
2 purples.
You are the last player to go, so the baddies are about to go.
And I'm gonna take before I attack. I'll take a defensive stance.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 strain. No, it's 1 strain.
I should go ahead and roll these groups 1, 2, and 3.
Is 8, 10, 11, 12 damage through armor 2 strain.
Which one of those was yours?
The first one.
3 successful,
Oh.
1 advantage. Okay. The rest of those are the initiatives for the minion groups.
Yep. I just walk up and poke him.
Okay. So you're not using Doxus, you're using...
Yeah, no, I just used my
Pressure points?
Pressure point. I just
Okay.
walk up and poke him in the top of his head.
Okay, well, if you're using pressure points, you only need to do 5, and he is unconscious.
He is. Oh, no armor. No, it wouldn't matter if he had armor. Okay.
Yeah.
He's out.
Okay? He's unconscious. Everyone roll initiatives. Actually, I only need 3.
Where is the Drock landing?
The Drock can land wherever you want it to, because both of the things are open. These two airlocks are open, and you can also just impale it on the side of the ship if you really want, but it'll take a lot of damage in its current state.
And we're cool, right?
Yes, you guys are cool. They're vigilance.
I got 0.
That's amazing.
Play games. Always play games. So. That makes a difference.
3 success, 0 from me.
2-0.
PC game.
1-3.
I missed one. I got 2-0, 0-0, 1-3, and I'm missing
3-0.
3-0. Holy shit. Okay, so 3-0 is friendly, 2-0 friendly, 2-0 enemy,
Oh, and then
1-3 friendly, 1-0 enemy. And then friendly. I missed one somewhere. He's just going to go at the end. Alright, first 2 slots are for friendlies. Now this includes everyone, so a ghost, you are included in this round.
Okay. When do my NPCs go?
Your NPCs go at the end, like all the other NPCs. So all after the round is over, the NPCs will take their turn, and then we will go back to the top of the round.
Is this guy in the room with Waz and I? Is he a minion?
He's strained. He's a minion, if it matters.
Okay.
But you guys just had your surprise round. That's what we just did. So they didn't get to go because you guys got the jump on them, basically.
I'm gonna go ahead and take my turn and do another scathing tirade because that's what I do.
You really need to learn to shoot somebody.
Nope. I'm gonna do this whole thing without shooting a gun. Ever.
Stab?
Okay.
Stabby stab? I feel like a Jawa would stab a bitch.
I climbed up a droid and ripped its antenna off. That's as melee as I need to get.
You're gonna use the shovel as your primary weapon, yes.
Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna do another scathing tirade. I'm gonna take 1 strain to reduce the perp as well. So 2 yellow, green, 2 blues. Oh, ignore that. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It helps if I actually add the correct stuff, like a difficulty check.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, because we're just reducing it by 1 perp, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got 1 success and 5 advantage. So the dude that's in the room with Waz and I is fucking done.
He's unconscious. He's bleeding out of his ear balls because Ranither is yelling at him in like a subsonic frequency. And he passes out.
Can Waz manage to get by me through this door, or do I need to move out of his way?
You can pass through friendly spaces, just like in D&D.
Alright, then I'm done.
Okay. Next player, please.
You guys want to start shooting their techs, or you want Wes to go?
I'm gonna shoot. So I'm gonna step through machine, and I'm gonna peg this guy right here.
Okay, so you used your action at the end of the last turn to dock the shuttle.
Okay.
Okay. You can still do this, so you're going to have to use a maneuver to get from the pilot seat to where you're at.
Okay.
No, it's blue.
Yeah. You can shoot, though.
For next.
They're all 2 purple. Well, 1 purple because you're shooting. Okay, well, I have a feeling that fucko's dead. How much is that? When you get past 10, he's just done.
Yeah, 14.
Okay. So you shoot the shit out of this guy, and he's dead as a doornail. And a couple of your spray shots hit the guy behind him. They don't kill him, but they hurt him.
Okay.
All right, now, baddie group number 1 is going to be the bridge crew. The bridge crew are going to immediately put the ship into lockdown, and all bulkhead doors are going to close. Ranather, give me a coordination check of 1 red, 1 purple.
Knew I should have moved. You said 1 red, 1 purple.
Yep.
And coordination. Yay, 2 green. This is gonna suck for me.
This might suck for you. Okay. Please roll the critical dice and the hit location dice.
Do I just roll the whole thing right here?
Yep. You just press R and it rolls it.
Oh, okay.
You just highlight them and then press R.
I don't know how to work dice.
Is that your head? No, that's your chest. Roll that again. That's not an extremity. Oh, you didn't have to roll those. Although it's a better score, so I'll let it go. So your right leg. Your right leg is stuck in this door, and it is slowly closing around it to the point where it's going to cut your leg off. You also take whatever critical is 27. Also, I need to flip one of these back.
Where do I pull what from?
I'm getting it. The critical deck is right here.
And so we can get to the other side.
Oh, someone already found one. Discouraging mood. Flip it back. Okay. So that's your... And if you don't get this door figured out in the next turn, the consequences are going to get pretty dire. So...
You've got an Imperial you could use as a crowbar.
Sure do. You also have a giant droid who could probably help with that.
Pain! Help me! Help me! It's squeak, squeak, squeak!
Squeak, squeak, squeak. I like that. Waz, it is your turn, or another player's turn. It doesn't have to be Waz.
I have my Imperial codes.
Mm-hmm.
I assume there's a terminal right here by the door.
There is.
I'm going to say emergency override open door for me as the Imperial.
Okay. If you use this, you can either open this door without a check. Guaranteed success. Saves his leg, opens door. Or you can try a 1 red computers check to affect all of the doors.
It's only 1 red.
I'm going to go for it.
It's in his leg.
In my leg, fuck it. I'm a Jawa. I don't actually have legs, so, Chris.
You have legs. God damn it.
I thought your computer's check was better than that.
I thought his
That's
computer's
smart.
check was better than that, too.
Normally I have a boost because I've got a data spike. Don't have that.
I would use a light side token here.
So I'm going to use a light side token here.
That's a good idea.
It's just a leg.
It is fair. It is just a leg. We can get more. Literally, we can get more.
With all this
They
back
might
to
not be
you
the
could
right
grow a lot.
race, but
You can grow you new one. And that totally worked. All of the doors they just closed open. It's like their turn never happened.
other than,
You're
my
critical.
leg.
Yeah, other than you're critical.
How much damage did I actually take from that?
None. That's part of the quirks of this system is if something inflicts just a raw critical, you don't actually take damage. Now, if the leg had come off, we'd start talking about damage. But just taking a critical doesn't necessarily inflict wounds.
Worst case, though, it'd be like, what, 20% of your hit points?
There's actually rules for severed limbs, but I wouldn't look them up because it's too complicated. It's... No, after Waz is baddie group number 2, which is the group who's already in here who's down by 2 guys. And they are going to shoot their blasters at
He's the kraken in the bottom.
Mr. Payne.
Four blacks.
4 blacks. They're not going to hit you.
They're gonna hit.
I mean, they have 4 blacks altogether. Is that including from me as well?
No.
No, it does not include for you. They're not going to hit you.
Oh wow, they have 6 blacks. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. It's
They're so fucked.
it's 2 turns worth. All right, so that's 2 of those and 1 of those because there's 2 of them. The difficulty to hit, and you also get you're an adversary, so you get an upgrade. So they go from 1 purple to a red, and then they get 6 black dice.
I don't think they're hitting him
I don't think they could shoot
unless they
themselves.
triumph.
And they're a minion group, so they only get 1 roll. You got robbed. That was pretty much a despair, but it didn't. I'd also
How many of the blacks were blank?
guess. Just guess.
All of them.
4 of them.
4 were blank.
4 of them were blank, and the yellow for the baddies was blank. Okay. So, yeah, they're stormtroopers at heart, even if they're not wearing the armor. And that back wall is fucked. They fired everything they had. Okay. Up next is Mr. Painbot.
Oh yeah, so I'm going to look at those 2 guys, and then I'm going to charge into this guy, just smash him before he can damage my precious Bacta.
Okay, that's 2 purples.
Purples. And I will take another strain to continue defensive stance. I think I have to do that.
Every time you use it.
Ba-doo.
Nice.
What's nice?
The pepperonis.
4 success, 1 advantage. That is 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 2 damage to strain through so.
That is so much more than you needed. You just wanted to count it out, though. I know. He's out cold. How does that go down? Just out of curiosity.
I just charge in like a freight train, stop right in front of him, and just flick his noggin. Just doink. You know,
Did you know that there's a point right here, pal? Okay, he's unconscious.
It's just a
Alrighty.
dainty flick, like just a giant finger, just. Thump.
So next up is the baddie group that you just knocked a guy out from. These 2 are going to charge out of the side, and they are going to utilize the one weapon that is kind of scary that they have. Oh man, they're so close. This may backfire dramatically. We're going to do it anyway. They weren't in the hallway, so they're not going to take the setbacks. It's also a light ranged instead of a heavy ranged. So they're not going to get that skill upgrade. Dex, is there any defense mechanisms? Like, does your armor give you a level of defense or anything from ranged?
I believe
You were in the
No.
crash suit.
zero defense.
All right, well, they're still stormtroopers. They chuck something metal past your face. You didn't get a good look at it, but it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much intelligence to figure out what it probably was.
They threw a grenade at me?
It sure did.
Fuckers.
They threw a grenade at you, and you hear one of the guys on the bridge be like, "Oh my God, did you just throw a grenade on my ship?"
But they
Yeah,
forgot
that's not
to
very
pull the
smart.
So they forgot.
Looks like
They forgot to pull the pin. Yeah.
Yep. They just chucked their grenade without pulling the pin.
That's good. Good for them.
It is really good, and they're gonna die now.
All right. Well, it is the NPC's turn. There's so many of them. I'm going to do a mass combat check.
Yeah, they're just gonna fucking pull the trigger.
They kill one fleet trooper. This guy, boom. They just fucking unload of them. It's not that they didn't hit. They all hit, but the problem is they all hit the same guy. So he's just Gibbs of naval trooper.
Focus fire.
Yeah, you could put what's left of that guy in a Chef Boyardee can.
Oh.
Because remember, Klax is carrying a Z6 rotary cannon. Okay. That brings us to the bad... No, where the bad guys went, the NPCs went. That brings us to the top of the round.
But what about the people on the Lambda?
Oh, yeah. You hear docking clamps click. Good call.
Captain.
We need our Death Mountain captain of Lambda, Harry Nipples.
He will not make it before everyone is dead, but he can try. Captain should shoot the guy in front of him.
We'll leave him unconscious bodies to eat. Okay, so top around.
Yep.
Yeah, Captain should shoot.
How far can I move?
So what they're trying to do there, Ranither, is they can trade spots. Any player can technically take any other player's spot. And I think they're worried that the NPCs are going to shoot Dex in the face.
Or the Bacta. Actually, I was worried about the Bacta, not Dex.
Oh.
It's a lot of Bacta. I don't want to leave it gone. We've now secured 8.
That's true.
Still possible to lose 8 more.
Dex also goes directly after me. So, unless you think you can run further.
Step. The problem is if you step out, you're getting shot.
I don't care about me getting shot. I have...
Go for it, then.
He's actually really hard to hit.
I'm really hard to hit because I'm tiny and I actually have 4 soak.
Yeah, I was looking into it. If you got a shield generator, which is a really rare and expensive thing, you'd, as a default, have a 3 or 4 black check plus an upgrade.
Okay.
Like, it's so hard to hit you.
I'm going to run... How far can I actually run on my maneuver?
So if you go all the way into the inner core, which you'd have to, you can get to the group of fleet troopers. Because it's an airlock setup. So, like... This is the inside door. This is a set of doors.
Gotcha. Okay. So if I get in here, okay. So I probably can't make it through to actually shout to affect these guys over here.
No, you can't. You can't affect this guy, but you can affect this guy, this guy, this guy, and you can't affect these guys. So the guy here and the guy on the bridge are immune.
Okay, so I'm going to at least pop out here, and I'm going to Scathing Tirade with taking 1 strain. Because I'm a one-trick pony.
You could incite rebellion.
Against what?
Like I said, I'll magically bait crew members.
And our Wookiee will magically eat them once he gets here. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Yeah. Do.
Did you skip Waz?
No, I'm at the top of the round.
Waz
6
didn't go last
success.
turn.
Waz
Oh,
did-
yes, he did.
Yes, he
the
did.
computer thing.
Waz
Did the-
saved the day last turn.
Yep.
I was like, why did he not move? But I remember
So that's 6 and 1.
Okay, so you can affect everybody that you can affect, like this guy, this guy, this guy. You can get all those guys for 1 strain plus 1 gets 1 extra. These guys have already taken 2.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit this guy with 2 strain,
Okay,
this guy with 1, and then this guy with 1.
this guy that you hit with the most of it, his ears are bleeding, but he has not yet fallen over.
Okay.
Okay. So they all seem to like grab their heads because they don't even have helmets. Like, it's real bad for them. For some reason, you guys don't find yourself affected by the Jawas screeching, but the other guys can't seem to deal with it. It's a curiosity. All right, who's up after Ranither?
Dex should go.
One.
I'll shoot
Dex.
this guy.
Okay.
I'll shoot this guy right here.
Okay. He's 1 propel.
What I like to do? Apparently, it's what I'm good at. That's what I bring to the table.
Oh,
The fucking blue.
dude, tonight you've been crushing this shit. So you do enough damage without your triumph to kill this one guy. How do you want?
Ricochet the guy behind him.
How do you want to use your triumph?
Can I do the Han Solo spin and shoot this guy, and then turn around 180 and shoot this guy?
I'll let you roll for it. You can roll another attack against that guy, and yes, you
Okay.
can do it. It's
I won't take the boost.
It's the same. It's the same check. Go ahead and roll it. Okay.
Yeah.
That is also enough to kill him. That guy goes down.
Dex
Okay.
is a badass.
Now we run into the problem of that group doesn't exist anymore. So I bump all the groups up by 1. So now the guys in the hallway, these 2 guys go.
Wow, for the fire to kill you, so
Or do I consolidate? No, we'll just let these guys go.
except for
Okay. Sorry, ran it there, but they're going to try to shoot you.
That's fine.
You already get 1 upgrade, so upgrade that again. They're going to use their rifles.
And they also are under disadvantage from me.
Yep, it's 3 at this point, or is it 4?
Yes.
4.
It's 4.
One of them has 4. One of them has 3.
Well, they have to take the highest number because they only get 1 roll.
So 4.
Yep, so it's 4.
Good God! So when I go in there, they would be up against 8.
And they can't shoot for shit. I mean, that was actually pretty hard roll for them because they rolled really well and they still didn't hit.
meat up to cook it nice.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's always mathematically possible for them to hit in this game, but it's really unlikely with that roll set. Okay. So after the baddie group 1, that is Waz is up next.
I'm going to come out of the doorway, look down, see that there's a couple of Imperial naval troopers, and I'm going to run up, and I'm not even going to try to deceive them at this point. I'm just coming right at them. I've got my little stiletto thing, and it's just janking time.
Okay, so you're going to use 2 maneuvers and get within engage range?
Sir,
Okay. They are 2 purple melee checks. What's a stiletto, like Pierce 3?
Pierce 5.
Okay, so these guys don't have soak.
Big taste.
How much damage is that?
6.
He's dead as a door now. So you just stick this thing in his eye? How's this happen?
He's kind of confused because I'm wearing the Imperial thing. He's looking at me. He's trying to see through the thing, and as soon as he sees the glimmer, he stops seeing it all, and then it happens like a straight line just down the side of his left face. It's eye, cheek, neck, chest. Just, I haven't used this before. It's kind of exciting, and it just keeps stabbing.
Okay. Pincushion is dead. The next baddie group are the bridge crew, who are going to attempt to reseal the bridge again. No one's in any doorways, are they? Oh, Pain is in one of the pods, though. All right, so the doors do shut, and that's their turn. There's a lot of clicking and locking noises from the doors. Dex is close enough that he can hear them being like, "No, shut the doors! Just shut all the doors!" It is also worth noting that a little beeper starts going off in Dex's helmet.
A little beeper.
Yep. Earlier, you asked your suit to set a timer for 15 minutes. That 15 minutes is now up.
Okay.
I believe it's Payne's turn.
All right. So is this one of the ones you can punch the lock and it'll open?
It's not going to be quite that simple, no. Unless you, I mean, you can roll for it, and if you roll really well, then maybe. Or you can try to do a mechanics check and bypass the lock.
I'm going to punch the lock with my repulsor fist.
Okay.
Difficulty to hit the lock.
Difficulty to hit the lock? It's got to be one purple. It's a lock. It's just you're going to need a fuck ton of advantage to open the door. Yeah, you know what? I'll let you do it. It opens.
It's like 20 damage.
Yeah, it's well. There was no doubt you were going to destroy the lock. That was never a question. It
How
was.
far can I get?
Go ahead and take a maneuver. You can go as far as the other naval trooper, but you're not going to be able to hit him this turn.
Yeah, no, I punched the lock.
Yep. It's going to make those guys on the bridge really sad. Okay. There is no baddie 3.0 group, so we're going to go straight to the NPCs. Ghost, what do you want your NPCs to do?
Storm the bridge.
Okay, the bridge door is closed, and it's the only heavy door on the whole thing. It's not going to be easy to open.
Didn't they just throw a grenade by you?
They did.
I don't want to use a grenade on a ship.
I mean,
Fortunately, we have a pin that would just unlock the door. Because there's no way they figured out that that's what happened the last time. Probably.
I'm not positive that's true. I don't know whether or not they'd be able to do much about it.
That's a good Shrek, man.
Yeah, you like that? I kind of want Machine and Brave to start loading back onto the shuttle and the Drock. We'll get to that though. I think.
We don't need to. We can take the ship.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have them try to open the door from this side.
Okay.
With the.
I'm going to roll some chance dice here. Do you want blue or red to be your good color?
Blue.
Okay. So option B. They're like, we got shape charges. That's what we got for opening doors. It's probably a bad idea. Would you want us to do it anyway?
No, that's a terrible idea.
Okay, so they're like, we got nothing for the door. If you can get it open, though, they point to the rifles. They're like, we got these. We can do things.
Yeah. Okay. Hold still then.
Okay. There's a Wookiee roar from the back. And a big-ass Wookiee comes charging down the corridor of the newly redocked Lambda. He's going to take 2 strain, get into position next to this Imperial Naval Trooper, and steal the shit out of this kill.
I'm good with that. That means I can get to the door.
Mm-hmm. He might steal the shit. Okay, he did technically pass. And it is enough. Okay, so yeah, he cuts this guy in half with his blade. Gator runs up to Ranither and is like, beep, 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 beep. But it's actually womp womp to you because he's speaking in basic, so everyone else understands him. But all you hear is womp 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 womp.
Why did you leave me on the ship, my friend?
Why did you bring that monstrosity to life?
Oh, god damn it.
At some point I'm going to space that piece of shit.
That's fine. Go for it.
It's property of your Jawa clan, man. They sent you a bodyguard.
Yeah, fuck that thing. Anyway, I'm assuming we're at top of round.
We are at the top of the round. You guys just need to figure out how to open a door.
Okay, I'm going to defer to Waz.
You make me use a secret pen?
I mean, we'll see if it works again. I doubt it will, but
It might.
I'm gonna flip a dark side token.
I was gonna go, hey, can I get on comms and tell them that I am this lady? Oh no, that's nope, I'm out.
So Waz sticks the pen in.
Yep.
And it immediately kicks back with an electrical feedback. It does one strain and fries the pen.
Pen's broken.
Okay. Do we have? Are there like ship comms?
Intercoms? Sure.
So basically, I could yell through the intercom, correct?
If you're trying to affect them with scathing tirade, for the purposes of that, yes, it'll work for a round. However, they're on the bridge, so they're probably going to cut that off after the first round.
So I don't actually want to do scathing tirade.
Oh, okay.
I want to do incite rebellion directly to the bridge and only the bridge.
Okay. I will let you do that under these circumstances, just because I had a thing that I wanted to do, and now I'll have the opportunity to do it. So go ahead and make your roll, and let me know how many there are going to be.
So incite rebellion. I'm gonna take. So it's a hard coercion check. So it is 3 perps, and I can. Are you gonna let me take 2 strain to downgrade that to 1?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, I'll take the 2 strain then, and we will remove that. And then we're going to the coercion. 2 yellow, 1 green, and 2 boost. And El Rolo. One success, 4 advantage.
How many is that? That's one? That's just one?
So, incite rebellion, cause a number of beings up to ranks in coercion to become rebellious until the end of the encounter.
Okay.
So I'm assuming since I had 1 success, you're going to give me 1 person.
You said up to ranks. Oh, yeah, so you do need 1, yeah. Okay. So a Jawa drops from the roof. He had obviously been smuggled aboard and saw an opportunity to do things. And he immediately starts firing his Jawa ion rifle at the baddies in the consoles. And you hear multiple bits of fire, blah, 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 blah. Who would like to flip a light side token?
Sure.
Okay. One of those blasts hits the door lock, and the door opens because it's Star Wars. Who's up next? Or is this the bad guy's turn? No, 2 bad guys. So this is the last bad guy turn. Probably the last bad guy turn. They're going to try to shoot the Jawa. They kill the Jawa.
Oh, sad face.
All right, so they shot the Jawa, and now it is the good guy's turn. Everyone but Ranither and
You go
Waz
Dex.
is available.
You go Dex.
Oh, I can go.
And the door is open.
Yeah. If the door's open, I'm gonna start shooting. I'm gonna move and shoot.
Okay. It's 1 purple to shoot them.
Which one's the higher ranking officer?
This one. He's wearing the captain pip.
Okay.
Which just so you know, is like a lieutenant junior grade pip.
Okay, so I say, I tell everybody, don't shoot the captain, and then I immediately shoot this trooper right in the noggin.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage. Or roll your, attack.
Roll my, yeah. Still 1 purple though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How much damage is that? You do auto kill the first guy. You might get the second guy.
It's 9.
Oh, you don't. You shoot the second guy, but you do not kill him. He is bleeding. He is hurt. Who wants to do the follow-up? Or we could just have the NPCs finish him off. If you're not going to shoot the
Can I
captain.
get there?
If you take 2 maneuvers, I'll let you get there.
All right, I'm going to knock the captain out.
Okay. It's 2 purples.
I'm just gonna poke
The captain's still a minion in this case.
Because you said don't shoot the captain, not don't hit the captain.
him. Yeah, he doesn't.
That's
want to
true.
kill the captain,
Okay,
is what he,
okay.
what he
Left
means,
side.
or what I've inferred, I should say.
Spinning.
I think he's unconscious.
Yeah, how would you like to use your triumph?
Can I knock the other one unconscious? Like just take, poke them both in the head.
Yeah. With that roll, you can render him not unconscious if you want to.
No, I want them both conscious.
Okay.
I mean, not both unconscious.
Okay. Well, they're both unconscious. The bridge is now taken, and we are out of structured combat time.
Okay.
You
Going to
will note that while some of the consoles have been shot with an ion gun and it has really fucked them up, that as you start examining the bridge, that little Jawa that shot the console shot it before they could transmit the distress signal from the long-range communications coming back online. So not only have you taken the ship, but the Imperials don't know you've done it.
I'm going to loot the dead Jawa.
Okay. Stand by.
Can we start? How do we take out the homing stuff?
Mechanics checks. You're going to need 2 of them to remove all of the... 1 to remove security safety systems and 1 to remove the actual homing devices. They are both going to be 2 purple checks. Sorry, 1 red, 1 purple check, because there is a chance for a despair.
Payne, can we go a different route? If they don't know the ship has been taken, can we fill it with explosives and deliver it?
Fill it with explosives. Why not just
a good
self-destruct it?
Side.
No, we're going to deliver the explosives instead of back them.
Oh.
We have a guy who's been storing that shit.
That's true.
And we have an unconscious naval trooper.
Mm-hmm.
I think
He
our
can
best
wake up and finish his mission.
thing
Yep,
about
we
getting
could
early.
literally just keep him unconscious. Do all that. Actually, there's several unconscious guys. This guy is not dead. One of these guys is not dead.
Change their colors so they're easy.
Better than I did this earlier
All
today.
right, hold on. That guy
So we
didn't
just-
die.
Great.
That guy didn't die.
Uh,
That guy didn't die.
I'm gonna
Let's see.
spin to the left to go around them, and then I'm gonna spin to the right.
That guy, the captain is alive.
Take some damage because we're
This
gonna
guy's
broadside
alive.
through.
I like that plan, Waz. What I was thinking is that we take all the Bacta, we take that chick, and we put her on this here ship, and we just let them all wake up somewhere else. What do you think, Captain?
Wake up somewhere else with explosives on board?
I mean, they won't necessarily know it's explosives.
Didn't Randall have a bunch of liquid explosive we could use?
Pay attention, Captain. We just talked about this. Yes.
So we have to get a frigate over to our
It's a freighter.
asteroid
It's a
base.
freighter. It's a freighter. It's a freighter.
Yeah. Or bring the Proto Shadow in.
I can keep them all in a medical induced coma until we are ready to send them on their way.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Yep. I'll gather up my minions, keep them dosed, and we'll take the lady. I will take my I'll disable the device on her
That was close.
as we asked, and we can.
Yeah, I did too. We are
I think they can
win.
5 minute.
Are you sending the lady with this crew?
Yeah, it'll be super confusing for them. When
We
they,
told her we'd let her go, right?
did tell her we'd let her go.
We told her we were just interested in getting the Bacta. We left about half the crew alive, right?
Yeah,
No.
technically, this ship can be piloted with 2 people.
Yeah, see? Then they'll have 5. They'll just wake up, not really understand what happened, and off they'll go.
Really?
We
And
were
if
in
they
it for the
decide
Bacta.
Might have to
If they decide to check the explosives, then they will. And if they don't decide to check the for explosives, then, I think we should leave 1 barrel full of explosives on the ship.
I mean, we could even load up one of the pods with it and just basically smash the airlock and door so it's completely
We're
jammed.
going to let them go back to their home base.
No. But they basically they'll know that there's canisters in there, but they won't be able to get to them because the door's going to be broken.
Okay. I do have a really important thing I want to point out. You do not have the carrying capacity to carry off a ton of this Bacta.
How long would it take us?
To make trips?
Yeah.
Days. Like this is a container freighter, and you have a
Right.
Lambda shuttle that's like a Huey helicopter. There's a size difference there.
Well, we could
20
store these
people.
barrels. We could store the barrels in space, right?
So the barrels are an abstract of I think you're thinking of them like 55-gallon drums, and while they are containers of Bacta, they are massive. Could you do it? Yes, but remember, when Bacta freezes, it's worthless. So how are you going to keep it warm?
We're just going to call the.
Well, I do want to point out that while you can't carry a ton of it, you can carry enough to refill your tank, probably twice in the Lambda shuttle.
Why wouldn't we just call the Proto Shadow here?
You could also call the Proto Shadow here.
Yeah, if we call the Proto Shadow here, it shows up. We offload everything. We put the lady on here. I do my surgery, and we leave.
Okay.
They wake up and they're like, "Weird. Half the crew is dead, and these guys just left us here."
That is a much more workable plan. That's a good idea.
Yep.
All right. I'm all for it.
Is there a way to set a hyperspace jump while everybody's asleep, and then us get off the ship quickly? Or do you have to be on the ship?
You would need a droid. There are going to be droids on board. I didn't put them on the map, but there's going to be 1 or 2 droids on board. They're not going to be like R2s or advanced astromechs, but you could program it and then tell them to hit the button.
Because we know their next stop, so we could program it and say, "Hey, droid, hit this button in 5 minutes after we leave."
Yeah.
Then they wake up on their next route and go, "Oh, that's kind of weird."
I had the strangest dream. And you were there. And you were there.
And all
feel
these
like we
all
should-
these people are dead.
I feel like we should take their pants. I don't know why.
Did we take the any video evidence?
Of what?
No, I mean like destroy video evidence so they don't know it was us.
Oh yeah, we should do that. That's a good idea. Waz can wipe the. Or Waz and I can wipe the computers. Yes.
Yeah, I'm down.
I hope so.
I also don't want to leave the whatchamacallit lady. If you're just gonna put her on a ship and push her out like that, she knows a little bit about us and she can tell the truth.
Mm,
So if they ask her questions about us, she will tell them the truth.
not good. We need to get rid of her.
I mean, we're going to detonate this thing when it gets to its destination anyway, right?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
So Randall's got to put a timer on the explosive.
I wouldn't worry too much about her. Yeah. What's the difficulty to wipe the memory on the computers or wipe the video memory?
Are you trying to do it from a mechanics perspective that destroys the surveillance system, or are you trying to selectively erase just your presence? Using computers or mechanics checks?
Computers.
Computers checks to do it just surgically.
And I need to take out the boss.
2 reds.
Put the nails right there. and have the white-
Wait. Before you do that, why don't we just turn the camera system off for the moment and do everything and then turn it back on or leave it off?
It still
Doesn't matter.
show us having arrived.
Every time
I mean, the dead bodies are going to be a pretty clear giveaway that
I'd vent them.
Yeah, we're just gonna vent the bodies.
No evidence.
You good with that, Captain? I'm gonna push the button.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not careful. I'm not careful. Yeah,
Oh wow.
hard.
Uh,
Just one though.
So you know that you rolled advantages? Yes, you did. So you know that you didn't do it, and you know that something scrolled across the screen while you were trying to do it. Basically, you know you fucked up, you just don't know how.
well, it's done, Captain. We should probably get this mission out of the way quick.
Did you say RM space star? And then all like you just removed a bunch of shit, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you extra credit for the Linux reference.
Okay, well I'm gonna trust that you deleted everything. I don't know any better.
Yeah, I was watching it too, but he's real quick at typing because sometimes he doesn't actually type. He just says the like. words.
I'm gonna give you a perception check, Ghost. 2 purples, just
Yeah. That.
because I'm so tickled.
Okay. Yeah, I quickly walk up behind him and hit LS. Just real fast. Perception check. Let's see here. That's not good. 2 greens versus 2 purples.
The command you're looking for is history.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you don't know that. So you run LS and you're like, oh, well. I mean, he wasn't able to delete it. It's all here.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Gonna do a sharp turn. They're gonna hopefully be.
Oh,
on the
wait.
move.
No, he's showing you the records. That's what that LS things means, right? Right.
You want to roll it too?
I think there's a DIR command.
Nope, you fail.
P kill all.
Yeah.
All the lights go out.
RM space star. Go. Pseudo.
But it is one of those bigger ones.
I'm not gonna lie, Captain. These big fingers don't always work so well on the tiny keyboards anymore.
Does Waz want to give it a try?
To perceive it or to
To delete.
with the same 2 red check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since we've got the protoshat over there, I'm gonna go grab a couple of RA data spike.
Good call.
It was so funny. He's like, I don't like that way that face. Okay.
Yeah, he totally changed that so that it would not land that way.
Totally worked out. All right, so you're not able to do it either. You don't have the root password. You can't do it.
It should be
I
like
keep typing in
Oh,
the
we should have used
Leary
Captain.
Tings.
We should use the captain's pip.
No, you shouldn't. That's shocked. Like that's what I was trying. You
No,
tried to do
Cap-
it. As,
Pip.
Right.
The captain's pip. I go over to the captain. I pull his pip out of his pocket.
Is command pen.
My command pen?
No.
The captain of the ship.
His command pen.
Yeah. What does that do?
It downgrades the check to 1 purple.
Can we do it again?
Sure. Your despair has already happened, so it's, Wow.
The ship's impossible. I feel like we should have just started to blasting this. This ship was cursed.
Well, with all these advantages you're racking up, Dex keeps looking over your shoulder, and every time you're just hitting this one button, and he realizes that they've put the delete and the transmit buttons like right next to each other.
Oh boy.
There's a possibility that all that video footage was maybe transmitted via long-range communications.
So we got a book.
Yep.
All right, so let's pull this plan off. While we're loading, you should have your astrogation ready, Captain, so you
Oh
can
yeah,
just
go for it.
and get the fuck out.
Okay, well, the Proto Shadow's here. Loading and this kind of cargo is going to take a certain amount of time. So, since you know that you may potentially have unfriendlies coming, I would like to know the order of events you'd like to do and how long you'd like to take to do things, because Loading between the Proto Shadow and this ship is going to take like 24 hours. It's
Because there's a lot of
if you want to take all of it, you can do that. That's like 24 hours. Or you can take just a certain amount and do your swap, and it'll take much, much less time. You just tell me how much you want to take and how you want to do it.
So one of these barrels fills our tank.
One of those barrels will fill your tank. You get 2 of them on the Lambda, or you can, have the Proto Shadow carry all of them if you want to take a long time.
So side question: could we potentially radio in rebel forces to come retrieve some as well?
But I can't hit them. That sucks.
You could do anything that you wanted to do, yes.
Let's put 2 on the Lambda, and cart 2 out, and then leave the rest. Fill a couple. Put the explosives in a couple of the other barrels.
Okay. Randall stayed on the station with most of the barrels, but I'm going to retcon that he left one on the ship. So you can fill this back to canister with, a good amount of this super unstable substance he had.
And leave. Yeah. We don't even need to set a timer. It will just go off.
Maybe, yeah.
It will.
You do have a super easy way of detonating it available. Nobody but Ranather knows you have it.
I might have looted something from a Jawa corpse.
To get.
I have a Beridium charge and an Inferno grenade.
Yeah, the Inferno grenade is what you want to use there. The Beridium charge is for taking out another ship.
Yeah.
Well, Alright, so yeah. Does that work for you, Captain? That gets us 4 barrels.
Sure. I also want to put a hit out on this ship, like maybe call into hut space and be like, hey, there's a bunch of easily obtainable Bacta.
So that's not even remotely a thing you can do. That's you haven't been paying attention. So you're not. Right. I'm not even going to explain it.
Wait. I think I have a token for this, don't I? Don't search.
We're not in the right area.
Oh.
You're also stuck in a nebula, and we've had lots of conversations about how that doesn't work.
Yeah, we also took down the long-range satellite.
It's back online,
which is now back online, but it's also an Imperial network.
In the meantime, can we set this ship on a course for the blockade at the entrance?
I thought you were going to let it continue on its journey. You can if you want.
Oh no! I like the blockade, Quinn. Yeah.
Yeah, and put the Beridium charge on the ship. We'll try to time it so that it hits the blockade and explodes.
Wow.
Like attach it to one of the docking doors, so that as soon as the docking doors open, it goes off.
Have you read the Beridium charge?
Yes. Many times.
Oh, they're familiar with that. I mainly gave that to you so that you could get the giggles they've had.
Yeah, this is something we definitely want to do. Yeah, this is good. This is real good.
I don't like the detonates immediately.
Yeah, this is one of those things. You set it and you leave, and you truck this thing on its way. You put it on a non-stop collision course with the hull, and we GTFO. Which we need to do. GTFO.
Yep, big plan.
So you want to set the Beridium charge and time it so it hits a blockade, and then you also want it to chain detonate with the tank of stuff that you're putting over here.
Doesn't really need to chain detonate at all. Once it goes off, everything will go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. That is a 1 red, 1 purple mechanics check to set that.
I'm not a mechanical person, so no.
Who's our mechanic currently? We have mechanics available.
I'm gonna flip a dark side token and make it a 2 red check.
We can't have our explosives expert do this.
He's back on the asteroid base, as I mentioned earlier.
That's true. I do have a yellow and a green.
You're also pushing time really, really hard now. Like, Imperial Star Destroyers are going to start showing up any second now.
Oh, Randall's not here. No? Who's this? This is Dr. Payne. You have 2 yellow. No, sorry, 1 yellow, 2 green. You're probably the best that we have
Mechanics
currently.
is intelligence.
Yep, sure is.
Yeah.
Combine check.
Yep,
Ghost has a yellow and 2 green.
yep, I got it.
Can I
Difficulty you said
throw a
was 2
boost
red.
in?
Yes, sir. I thought that was a despair.
Instantly detonates.
I was,
Fuck.
All right.
and as it was rolling up there, and I thought it was a despair, I was like, "God damn! I should have asked everyone where they were when this was happening." Although I'm not sure. I'm not sure it would have mattered.
I'm holding them all hostage.
Okay, it's all set. It's to do the things you want to do. It should detonate right around the time that it hits the blockade area, and it's going to be a big boom. Alrighty. And that's where we're going to call the episode. Let me calculate loot real quick. Who did we loot on here, and how many bags do I owe you?
I don't think I looted anybody.
The only person I looted was a Jawa.
I looted the captain because I got his command pip.
Oh,
Okay.
and it killed me.
All right, last call. I only heard one.
I think we were doing other things.
Yeah, I wasn't really doing loot.
Okay.
Machine and Brave could have looted it.
It's hard enough keeping track of NPCs without keeping track of their inventories. There's so many of them now.
Well, you had 1 in this container, 1 in this container, 4 that were out here in the hallway, 2 in this container, 1 in this container, and then the 3 in the bridge.
How many people did Harry Nipples eat?
He only killed 1 in the hallway. Because he's a kill-stealing son of a bitch.
Doesn't
I
answer
really
that.
didn't mind him doing that. That was perfectly okay.
All right.